Champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete!
History makers! For the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row!
Hello Blues, welcome back to Typical City. Just a bit of a Premier League match to look forward to. Ooh, God, we've got to win this. We've got to win this. I'm so ready to see Manchester City win. I am so ready for that. So ready for that. I can't wait for the game. I'm expecting a good game as well. 5:30 games have always got a bit of razzle-dazzle to them, haven't they? They've always got a little bit of a spark to them as well. But these two sides as well, Spurs, Man City, they're goals. There's goals in these sides, so I'm expecting a high-scoring game. But City are back. Premier League football's back. The champions are back. That's what I should say. The champions, because it feels like we've forgotten that we are champions, because it's been a dismal last few weeks prior to the Pep Guardiola announcement, but that has changed the mood drastically for me. I mean, there is news since that announcement from Pep Guardiola that's changed my feelings a little bit, in all honesty, because I'm looking at the Kovacic injury mainly. That's really like thrown a spanner in the works there a little bit, hasn't it? But in fact, I'll give you the team news now because I want to hear what you guys think he's going to actually do with this team. So City's starting 11 is Ederson, Walker, Akanji, Gvardiol, Stones, Rico Lewis, Savinho, Foden, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva and Haaland. What's he doing with that side? I'm guessing what you've probably already seen. Never is there, is it, when I point never? Stones in midfield with Rico Lewis, flat back three of, it won't be that flat, but it'll be a back three of Walker, Akanji and Gvardiol. Where's Bernardo Silva going to play? And Foden, some people think he might play on the wing. I can't see that. Surely not. Surely Foden's in the middle. Bernardo Silva should be on the right, Savinho on the left. We haven't really seen Savinho on the left very much in a Manchester City shirt. Little glimpses, like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. And he's often swapped during that game. I remember the first game of the season, Doku and Savinho swapped wings, didn't they? So we could see that potentially. Bernardo Silva definitely offers control as well. But it's good to see you. How's everyone doing? It's been a while. Feels like it's been bloody ages. How's everyone doing? Good to see you. Fiona, we're winning this, God willing, mate. Yeah, I hope we are. James has gone 7-2. They are, you know what, Spurs, they definitely can concede. I'm not sure 7, but yeah, you know what? I mean, Arguris, if that's how you pronounce it, it's gone even big. Oh, no, sorry, I misread that. I thought, because your name ended in 8, I thought you went 8-1. But it's 2-1 you've gone for. A little bit more reasonable. Lucian, good to see you as well, 3-1. What do I think about the Valverde transfer rumour? I'm not sure it's got that much legs to it, to be honest. I'd be interested, and I'm not sure yet, to be honest. Will Real Madrid let him go? You know, at this stage of the season, to one of their definite rivals in the Champions League, you know, they don't want to be letting go one of their main players going away to Manchester City to strengthen us, you know, going into Champions League knockout stages of the tournament. I don't think they'll want to do that in January, but we have to wait and see. Obviously, we need to address that midfield in January because I think the Kovacic injury apparently it's 3 to 4 weeks. So the fact that it's 3 to 4 weeks makes me think Pep's probably not going to see it as that urgent because he'll be back before January, just back before January. But it doesn't change the fact that we need to get cover for Kovacic because clearly we lose Kovacic. Now look what happens. We've got defenders playing in defensive midfield or potentially Ilkay Gundogan who's going to drop deep and play in that position. A bang out of form Ilkay Gundogan who's struggling right now in this Manchester City side. I'm a bit disappointed to see him start, in all honesty. I know a lot of people wanted to see Kevin De Bruyne start, but I said in the preview I doubted he would. I feel like there is anyone who's watched that documentary here, his hamstring being described as a wet paper towel. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't fill me with confidence. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how you go from a wet paper towel hamstring to a fully strengthened, ready to sprint hamstring. I'm sure it can happen with the magical medicines that we have available today. But I mean, it sounds like he's already kind of finished. Do you know what I mean? Injury-wise, if he's just going to be used as a super sub for the rest of the season, I'm okay with that. But I mean, if we've got a player that can't start football matches and play an hour, And we need to get into January for him as well, because he's a vitally important player. You know, there's so many areas now that are concerning me in the side because of injuries. Obviously, Rodri, Kovacic, De Bruyne is back, but is he? Doesn't feel like he's back. He's starting on the bench today. So I knew he would. I knew there's something going on in that dressing room as well with regards to his injury, but we have to wait and see. Coach I, so I'd like to apologise for my comment on after we lost to Brighton. I was very disappointed, and that was a childish reaction. Mate, big up to anyone who... I don't know what you said. I can't remember what you said. I've got a terrible memory, to be honest, at times. But I don't remember what you said, but big up for apologising. Anyone who apologises for something they've said, no problem at all. Absolutely no problem at all. Because I guarantee I'm going to say something on this channel. So I probably already have. Probably already have said numerous times on this channel things that have offended people or upset people. But you forgive me, don't you? It's just words at the end of the day, and we're talking about football, so everyone's forgiven. You can say what you want, and especially after a match, emotions are running high. I've said many things after a football match that I wish I could take back. But we'll have to wait and see what we're going to be saying after this match as well, because emotions could be running high after this. Ice Dragon's gone 3-1 to City. Donna's gone 2-0. Mailing's saying, come on City, I hate Spurs. They always bottle 3-1. 3-1 to City, up the Blues. Yeah, I mean, they always turn up against us. They're so average at the minute as well. So bang average. They're 11th now. They've dropped a place since today's football took place. Arsenal getting a win as well. Got to talk about that, haven't we? Because I thought they were pretty good, Arsenal. I watched them. And they looked solid. That looked like a really assured performance against a Forest side who've got the second best away record in the league. Behind Liverpool. Were third, were they not? Were they third? I think they were third before the game. It was a game that I thought Arsenal are going to struggle in that game, but they didn't. They didn't struggle. They convincingly beat Forest, so we do not write Arsenal off just yet. They've definitely, in terms of catching us, they've definitely not written off. But in terms of the gap between them and Liverpool, that's a big gap. That's a big gap they could live to regret that come the end of the season. But I mean, in terms of catching us, they're on our tails now, you know. So, yeah, Arsenal, take them seriously. You know, don't write them off just yet. Travis wants to see some positive vibes. Good to see you, mate. Matondu's gone for a win. And also wants to see Pep pairing Bernardo with Gundogan in defensive midfield. The other solution is to unleash John Stones in the John Stones role. Yeah, I agree with the latter. I'm not sure about Gundogan and Bernardo Silva in defensive midfield. I think there's a lot of technicality in that system that you want to see there, but there's absolutely no defensive know-how whatsoever. I mean, are we going to have much defensive know-how today in terms of the counter-press? You know, the players, can Gundogan still press? Can he take the ball off opposition on the edge of the box? You know? I'm not filled with confidence with Gundogan in that midfield, but I still think we're going to win. I feel like we're going to win. I'm still sticking with my 4-2. I think Haaland's going to win us the game today. I think he's going to grab this game by the scruff of the neck and just go, I'm scoring a goal today. Maybe more. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to make sure we get those 3 points. And I feel like if we keep feeding him, do not let him get isolated. And it's the one side that we shouldn't see an isolated Erling Haaland against, because it's got Dragusin and Ben Davies as two centre-backs, okay? And you've got Pedro Porro, who's class. I think he's a very, very good player. Udogie, on his day, pretty good. Can go missing a little bit. Temperamental with his positioning. Can be exposed here and there. But that middle, without Van de Ven and Romero, which was a player that was 50-50 apparently before this game. Van de Ven was a definite. Romero's was dubious. Now the fact that both of them out, we've got to be exposing that back line, you know. And they come out. Spurs love to come out. They love to create gaps, allow opposition sides to find space, you know, because they're trying to score goals just like we are. They come out of their shape just like we do. It's the reason we concede goals is because we throw everything, we throw the kitchen sink at the opposition. The fact that Spurs do it, that front three scares the living shits out of me, though. I'm not going to lie. Kulachevsky looks like he's gone up front. I'll give you the starting 11. I've not even given it you. Vicario, Pedro Porro, Dragusin, Ben Davies, and Destiny Udogie is the back five, including the goalkeeper. James Maddison starts, which I wasn't expecting, but very good player, very capable, can pick a pass, no problem. Basuma and Pape Sarr is definitely going to give that solidity in midfield that Spurs are going to need. But that front three, mate, Kulusevski's been playing a little bit deeper for Spurs in previous games, but he's dropped Johnson, which I think is interesting. But replacing him with Kulusevski, I feel like that's still just as good. Do you know what I mean? Kulusevski's the number one chance creator in the Premier League. With Solanke, who's started to find the back of the net a lot more frequently in recent weeks. And then Son, who I believe is out of the standards that he's set when he was with Kane. He's not quite as good as that. But yeah, on his day, today could be that day. He loves scoring against City. At the Etihad in particular, he loves to score at the Etihad Stadium, doesn't he? You know, I mean, that front three, though, we've got to be so careful. We can't lose the ball. This is what I'm interested in with this starting 11 from Manchester City, is if Savinho is playing on the left, that means he's on Gvardiol's side of the pitch. Duh. Gvardiol comes so far forward. And always, the most predominantly this season, we have conceded goals that have come down Gvardiol's side. Not because Gvardiol's, well, it is because he's out of his position, but because he's been asked to go forward out of position. And he's scored many goals doing that, of course. So there's definitely pros to why Gvardiol does what he does. But the negatives are the big gaping hole that he leaves behind. Savinho being on that same side as him, who is someone who is a risk taker, who therefore loses the ball more often, it's going to expose that position that Gvardiol's left in behind more frequently. So I think it's dangerous to play Savinho on the left. I'm excited to see what he can do going forward. But if Savinho gives it away, when we've got Gvardiol forward with him, we're in trouble. Which is why I think we may see Bernardo Silva on the left. As I was toying with that idea before making the... Nope, never. It's never there. Never there, is it? But I was toying with that idea before I started the stream that Silva could play on the left and Savinho on the right. You know, Walker, stay back. Do not come forward. The fact that Walker's playing is a concern as well, because his standard as a Manchester City player lately has plummeted in the last 365 days. Really, really dropped. I mean, people were hating him last season, which I thought was a bit harsh. Moments that weren't great, I'll give you that. But I mean, there were still some moments for me that I thought were pretty good from Walker last season. But yeah, Savinho on that right side, you can forgive him to give the ball away as long as Walker's not up there with him, overlapping him, and then gives it away when Walker's already overlapped him. And that's why we're getting done down these channels on the outside of us right now, is because we're sending these players forward and exposing their position. Anyway, Jeff, good to see you, mate. How you doing? City 6, Spurs 1. Savinho goal, first 17 minutes. Jeff. And you've sent it twice, mate. I hope that's not a duplicate from your wallet. I mean, in terms of, it's appeared twice in the chat, but I mean, thank you for the duplicate super chats, Jeff. But those predictions are awfully specific, Jeff. I've got a sneeze coming. Oh, it's one of those bastards. It's look in the light. Do you ever look in the light when no, it's gone? Oh, it's rubbish that, isn't it, when it goes? You just want to get rid of it. It's going to be toying with my nose all game, that now. Bloody sneezes. Anyway, yeah, 5 is Stefan's prediction. Good to see you, Douglas. How you doing, mate? Ryan as well, good to see you. The right-hand side. Let's give Gundo a chance, says Richie. 100%, yeah. We've got to... I don't think he's played that badly in the last couple of games. It's just he's not gone up a level to... He's gone up a level from what he was doing at the start of the season, because he was 5s out of 10s, you know, best 6. You know, now in the last couple of games, even though we've lost them, he's not played that badly in those games where he's making big errors that are really, really obvious. I thought away to Spurs in the Carabao Cup earlier this season, he was shocking in that game, shocking. He was giving it away on the edge of the area, and like at least he was holding his hands up, but it was an awful performance from him. The basic fundamentals that you expect any Premier League footballer to do, he was getting it wrong. You know, simple 5-10 yard passes that are just going astray. So since then, though, he's been better, but not good enough for me. I still want to see something close to the Gundogan that we saw that left Manchester City. You know, someone with an eye for a goal and an assist as well. You know, keeping things ticking over is fine. It's fine, but he's not even getting that. Obviously, there was the one header against Inter Milan in stoppage time. I remember that. Other than that, I can't really think of Gundogan like having glaring opportunities and moments where he should be bagging himself an assist. You know, he's not really getting into dangerous areas. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do today against the Spurs side, where I'm expecting pockets to be found You know, and Phil Foden, Ilkay Gundogan, two players that are lethal in the smallest of small spaces. Phil Foden and Ilkay Gundogan, hopefully hitting the heights today. But don't forget to hit the like button, Blues, if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to become a typical City member, the link is in the description. So yes, hit them likes up if you can. We're on 69. Oh, we're on 70. Ruined the gag. Ruined the joke, you. 69. What a wonderful, wonderful number. Jeff, it was a duplicate. My predictions have been terrible, but I thought if I did it twice, it might make it happen. Doubling down, mate. Appreciate it, Jeff. Appreciate it. You definitely just accidentally did it, didn't you? And now I can't refund you either, mate. I would do. If there was an option to refund you, I'd refund you for that extra $2, mate. I would absolutely do that, but there's no such a thing. It'd be an interesting little feature that for YouTube if we could refund super chats. You know, because if someone sent a super chat that was absolutely shockingly bad, like the worst, most offensive, disgraceful comment you've ever heard in your life, but because it's a super chat, I've got to read it out. I could just go, nah, refund you, mate. I don't even want to say your words and have your money back. Unless it was like 100 quid, then I'd be like, fucking, what's he calling him? And then I'd go for it, mate. But yeah, it depends on the money, doesn't it, really? But yeah, appreciate the super chat either way, Jeff. I don't know, Daniel. We're not there yet. Fucking calm down, mate. It's not even half time. Jesus Christ. Sick of this chair, honestly. I have nothing prepared for the chair, by the way. I believe it or not, I do not spend my in-between watch-along time thinking about, ooh, what's the chair going to do? What's that chair going to do? It's going to take over my life if I start living a life like that in this bloody chair. But good to see you, Phil. Hello, Jonny. Hello, everyone. I'm mega optimistic for this one. I refuse to accept defeat to a team that loses at home to Ipswich. Blue Moon Phil. Yeah, well, this is the Spurs side, mate. You might refuse to accept it, but we may have to accept it, unfortunately, because it's Spurs, mate. Fucking Spurs. They beat us, like, so easily at times. Well, not easily. They just beat us. It's not the level of difficulty that's the problem. It's the frustrating nature of the games. It's the fact that they often score with their first shot when we play them. And we usually play quite well and lose. That's what's frustrating. We never really played terrible against them. Even in the Carabao Cup, we weren't awful. There was a couple of players that were well below it. I just mentioned Gundogan, for example. But the overall team, considering who was on that pitch that night, with Nico O'Reilly, McAtee and Rico Lewis being our midfield, you were expecting to struggle at times. But they did all right. They did okay. Okay. But yeah, it's Spurs, mate. You know, what did they do before that? Didn't they lose to Palace before they played us? And since then, they've lost to Galatasaray and Ipswich. You know, they're in 11th. They've won 4 games away from home out of their last 18 games that were away from home. 4 out of 18. And we're number 5 out of 19. It could be. It would be a joke to be at the Etihad as well. A place where we've not lost in 52 games in all competitions. Hang on a minute, they're talking about Rodri here. Rodri, 50 appearances, 9 goals and 13 assists in the 23-24 season. Spain, he got 13 appearances, 3 goals and an assist. Won 4 successive Premier League title with Manchester City. Won the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup. Won Euro 2024 with Spain. 6 starts, including final win versus England. Named Euro 2024 Player of the Tournament. Lost on 2 out of 63 appearances. Yeah, there's a reason he won the Ballon d'Or, and he's walking onto the pitch right now. Fireworks going off I nearly called Ilkay Gundogan. I don't know where that came from. Came from nowhere. That Rodri is the name I wanted to say. Oh, what a man. The whole stadium's just gone dark. Lights, boom, focused on Rodri, the main man. I'm not sure what this does psychologically, though, to the team. To us as the fans. It's exciting. He's getting his respects. He gets the respect that he deserves. But what this does inadvertently is reminds us of how good he is and how he's wearing a lovely black coat and jeans today, which is not a Manchester City ensemble. So he ain't playing today, and he won't be for the rest of the season. But there he is, lifting his Ballon d'Or. Well played, big man. Oh, look at that. They've got a whole little Rodri fire thing going on there as well. Like, God, they've gone all out for him, haven't they? And rightly so. Well played, Manchester City Football Club. The whole pitch has been covered in a massive graphic for Rodri. Ballon d'Or 2024, Rodri. His name is bigger than a penalty area on the pitch right now. Absolutely love it. This is why I went a little bit earlier today and I rushed through the graphics. I did it in time, just in time as well. But this is the reason why I'm doing it, because I wanted to see this and I wanted to see it with you guys. Because, I mean, look at him. He's getting a bit emotional. You can see big breaths there from Rodri. But wow. What a man. What a player. I think that he's dancing now all of a sudden. So I imagine they're singing, Rodri's on fire. Your defence is terrified. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing to see Rodri lift that. What a moment it is for him as well. It's the first one for the club as well, to have a Ballon d'Or winner in our ranks. So good. So good. But, you know, we're looking back a lot at the minute, City. We do a lot of that. Understandable that City fans like to look back at previous record, because we've got good reason to, because we know that the successes that we've found in previous years have often gone on to replicate in the present season. Not identical, because no two seasons are the same, but, you know, more or less the theme is bad, not a bad start, reasonable start, a big dip, and then we come back, dip, by the way, I said dip. Then we come back Christmas time and we just go on a winning run. You know, and the evidence is there. We often do that. It doesn't mean we're going to do it this season. This season does feel different, but we have received the boost of Pep Guardiola signing that contract. I think that certainly adds a level of stability and security in the way of thinking for these players now. Certainly any players that were a little bit concerned about their futures. If Pep's leaving, then what am I going to do? There may be some players that if Pep stays, what am I going to do? Because he doesn't like me. He never plays me. There could be that. There could be the other way around, where some players are frustrated with Pep and we're getting excited at the idea of Pep leaving it and a new manager to impress coming into the squad for Manchester City. I imagine that's few and far between, because I think by now, how many times do you hear about a City player stirring up something in the dressing room, suggesting that they want to leave, causing problems? You know, the last one really wasn't really a problem, but Walker in the summer when he was nearly off to Bayern Munich. Part of me wishes we'd actually let that go through, that deal, to be honest. Just let him go. And then it forces our hand as a club to go and get another right back. It forces us into a situation. But the club were obviously looking back at the dependable Kyle Walker, that version of Kyle Walker that was there a year ago, 2 years ago. Very, very dependable, incredibly quick. You can't ask for much more from a right back, you know. But in recent months, potentially the last year, the decline has been so obvious from Kyle Walker. But here he is walking on the pitch now. He's just had a little shot of something. Could be vodka. Could be absinthe. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I hope it's something to make him play well. And if it's absinthe, go for it, man. You can't be taking that stuff coming on. I mean, fucking David Coote. We haven't spoke about that as well. Jesus Christ. We'll talk about that at some point, but not right now, because the players are coming onto the pitch. Mika, good to see you. Hey, bud. And Cha. Loved how you mocked Mugbridge. Well, I didn't really mock him that much, did I? I let him mock himself. I didn't say anything. You know what I mean? I just played a montage, a collation of things that he's said. And then I just let that do the talking for me, which is kind of the point, really. That when you say so many things like that, you don't really need to mock him and take the piss. You know what I mean? He's done it to himself, really. I hope he keeps doing it, because the amount of, you have no idea the shite I've got ready for the 115 if it goes. If you think I'm prepared for that, wait for the fucking 115. Fucking hell. Oh, it's going to be absolutely shots fired. Absolute shots fired. I have got some in the back burner, in the holster. Quick draw. Teams are on the pitch. John Stones, there he is. Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Rico, shaking hands. I'm nervous. You know, if we can win this. What do you think, Blues? Are we going to... If we don't win this, let's say we lose the game, okay? Are we out of the title race? 150. Ah, it's 116 now. But yeah, we nearly. Someone can unlike it and put it back to 115. But yeah, thanks for all the likes, Blues. Don't forget, if you haven't hit that like button already, we've got nearly 300 watching. I reckon there's a few of you out there who have not hit the like button yet. If you could, it massively, massively helps. And it'll make you feel good. You'll feel good doing it. It's like a little gift. The gift of giving is a nice feeling. To go, yeah, costs you nothing. Meh. Meh. That's all it is. And it really helps. It genuinely does help. I didn't believe it would when I started this YouTube journey of mine. I didn't think likes were that important, but they are, believe it or not. Jeff's gifted a membership already. Thank you very much, Jeff. And Bam Bam gets it. You are quick on the draw, Bam Bam. Bam Bam's like, Bam Bam's in the house. Love it, Bam Bam. I swear you've been gifted about 4, mate, since we've started this season. And it's always Jeff. Little birthday gift to Bam Bam. Is it his birthday? Is it really? Or is it your birthday, Jeff, and you're giving... I don't understand. Is it your birthday, Bam Bam? Happy birthday, mate, if it is. What do you think of Postecoglou as well? Because I thought he was on his way to being a really, really good manager. It's fallen apart, though. I think Spurs are the reason for that more than he is, because I feel like he is more of a winner than that football club. People might not might like that, but I believe he is a better... He deserves more than Spurs. And now you're going to say, well, he's done terrible at Spurs. I think that's because of Spurs. And it's not just like, oh, because it's a bad luck thing, or it's just the Spursy way. I think just the way the football club is run, it's very... winning is not that big of a priority. You know, top 4 targets for a club that size, with revenue the size that Spurs have, a stadium that big. They should be doing way better than what they're doing right now. And I feel like he was a really good manager. I do. And I think he's picked the wrong club. Jammy, thanks for the super chat, mate. I think we're going to win easily. Trust the lads. I'm not sure about easily, but I do agree that I think we're going to win. I need to blow this sneeze out. I need to get rid of it because there's something tickling my nostril. Get out, you unwanted whatever you are. All right. Let's... Anyway, that was Seth X Edits who said that. So, he's clearly unwell. He's clearly unwell. Right, game's about to get underway. Spurs to kick us off. And Jan has very kindly gifted us a membership to yours truly, Highness Zorro. Thanks very much, Jan. You're a legend. Proper legend. Game underway. Fiery start here. City have won the ball back immediately and Foden's in business. It's a dirty foul. Get him in the book already. I don't give a shit if it's 14 seconds. That's a yellow card. Already, a yellow card has been dished out for Destiny Udogie, wiping out Phil Foden. Completely wiped him out. It was Basuma, actually. I apologise. It was Basuma with a sloppy touch. I mean, right, brilliant. That's their defensive midfielder on a yellow. Let's get on his toes and see if we can wind him up. Get himself sent off. Come on, City. Come on, City. I'm interested to see who's playing where. It looked like Foden could be on the right, you know. So far, we've seen Bernardo Silva inside, but I mean, we're talking about 14 seconds. So I didn't even get a chance to see the formation because it was just quick, pass. Spurs gave it away. City broke. Free kick. Gundogan dinks it in. Click. Oh, it was a Kanji at the back post. It deflected off a Spurs player and just landed onto the kneecap of a Kanji who knew very little about it, and then it goes out for a goal kick. But good ball in from Gundo. City with a high press here. Given away by Ben Davis. Good start. Kyle Walker got an opportunity for a quick throw in here. If he's quick about it, he is, but intercepted by Ben Davies. Haaland it was who went down the line. And he's just been megged by Son as well. Vicario. City look up for this. They look up. There's a high press there from City. Gvardiol intercepts the Vicario ball early. It's fast. This game's got off to a real frantic start so far. And City, although they've had little of the ball, the intensity looks good. It looks good from City. Trying to figure out who's playing where here at the minute. You've got John Stones, definitely looks like he's in midfield. He's backtracking now into defence because Spurs have the ball. It looks like we've got, without the ball, we've got a 4-3-3 system. Hang on a minute. Haaland's got space to run into. Gets it outside to Foden. Foden with a couple of heavy touches, gets that lovely ball this time out to Gvardiol, controls it, dinks it back post. There's Haaland waiting there at the back post. He nods it across, and it's no one there. It's just too much on it. Haaland's header was, if he just took a little bit less power on that header at the back post. There was Savinho waiting in there. Kulusevski coming forward with it, and Gvardiol takes it off him. Throw into Spurs. Good start, but yeah, it looks like a 4-3-3 system when we don't have the ball, with Gvardiol, Akanji and Stones and Walker as a back four. You've got Rico right side of the midfield, Gundogan central of the midfield, Bernardo Silva left of the midfield three. Then the front three of right side Foden, left side Savinho, up front Haaland. It changes when we have the ball though, so that was a defensive structure. When we have the ball, it looks like Rico tucks inside with Gundogan. Bernardo Silva drifted out to that left-hand side. You've got Walker out here now. I'm not sure what's going on because Savinho's now here down on the right wing. I have no idea what's going on here. Savinho's just wandered over to this right-hand side all of a sudden. And now he's trotting back to the left-hand side. So, I mean, with having the privilege of this great angle on a TV, even we can't figure it out. So God knows what Spurs defenders are thinking right now. Who's their man? Do you know what I mean? There's no way they figured it out yet. But Foden with a lovely turn there with Walker's ball. Big pocket of space here for Gvardiol. Come on, we're in business here. Come on, get it over to Haaland. Get it to Haaland. Haaland's one-on-one. Take your time too long. Oh, why did you take so long, Erling? Oh, that's a big opportunity missed. The touch was sloppy from Haaland. He still kept it. He just didn't get it in front of him. You're thinking, one touch, bang. It got caught underneath him, and then he had to take an extra touch because the first touch wasn't good enough. That's what you teach your kids. Your first touch decides what your second touch is going to be. If your first touch isn't good enough, you're very unlikely going to be able to shoot with your second touch, and that's exactly what happened. He had to take the extra touch, and it was deflected out for a corner. Foden. It's a good ball in under Vicario. Oh, it's just about clear, but that's what I was saying in my preview. Vicario. He's punched it clear, but he's not good. He's not good in the air for me. I think he's a dodgy keeper when it comes to corners. Someone we've got to be getting on the onto his toes when we've got the ball. But the space behind Spurs' defence is very promising for Manchester City fans. Worrying if you're a Spurs fan, but he's got to bury that Haaland there because that's 5 minutes in, 1-0. We can start cruising a little bit, take it easy. Good ball from Rico. He's fouled by Maddison, but he megged him in the process. Referee says play on. He stayed down, actually, Rico, so you're hoping Savinho's burst into the byline. Savinho cuts it back. Oh, he didn't get his head up because he tried to dink it. It's gone for a corner, though, from Dragusin. But he didn't get his head up. He was just head down, sprinting then to the byline, and then he tried to dink it. Haaland had actually come near post for a cutback. But that's that chemistry, that cohesive understanding, that on-the-pitch relationship that we need to start seeing grow between Savinho in particular, because he's new to the club, and Erling Haaland. If those two can start connecting, because Savinho's crossing last season was unbelievable. Here's a ball in from De Bruyne. Gundogan. Walker, one last man here. He's got to defend this. Does just about, gets it up in the air to Phil Foden, and then he nods it back, or flicks it back rather, to Ederson. First touch of the ball for Ederson, gets it in the middle to Akanji. Great ball into Savinho as well. Round the corner there from... Savinho is very inverted. He's playing quite central. He's getting out of the way. He's inverting Savinho on that left-hand side. I've already said he's drifted over to the right-hand side, and that's to give space for Gvardiol down that left-hand side. Gvardiol's basically our left winger. You've got Savinho tucking inside. Here's Rico. they're all over the place, Spurs here, and we've got to make this count here because they have not set up shop correctly yet at all. Big pockets of space for all the City players. Walker! Oh, he's at the back post, just about to get his first before he goes and bags himself a hat-trick. He's well offside there, but good ball from Gundogan. Good vision to spot him, just didn't quite execute it. Spurs now got the ball, trying to get out of their half, but they're struggling. Rico Lewis preventing Son from turning around there after Ben Davies sent it down his side. It's been a good start from City, it really has. It's just Haaland just finished that opportunity. And this is the moment right now. Spurs have got the ball, offside. He saw straight away the press from City. Once you bypass it, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. And luckily they didn't time the run, Kulachevsky's run and the ball from Maddison was both out of sync. But yeah, there's still going to be a threat going the other way. And the fact that we've started so brilliantly, it would sum up our season if Spurs just went 1-0 up. Do you know what I mean? It would just sum it up completely. But this is what I'm saying. Haaland takes that chance. We don't even have this conversation. Do you know what I mean? We don't even talk about it. This is what teams do to us. They get a chance, they take it. We've got to take our chances now. We can't be affording these missed chances like that. Akanji could send so many people then forward because he's sent Bernardo Silva down the left side, who's almost playing as like a left wing back at the minute, Bernardo Silva. This is a new system, trying to figure it out, what Pep's doing, but he's worked on something. Ball dinked into Foden, Ben Davies clears it, Gvardiol tries to keep it alive, it's ricocheted off Pedro Porro, who eventually gets it cleared down the line to Kulachevsky, and then Bernardo Silva commits the foul on Kulachevsky. But yes, Gundo is looking active. He's looking better. He's definitely looked like he's better than the previous few games. Isa, good to see you, mate. Arsenal looked dangerous today. Thoughts on that game? Have you just joined, mate? Because I went on about that for a couple of minutes. I thought exactly the same. I agreed with you, basically. I said they do look good. And I think they mean business. Because it was a very convincing throughout the game as well. Because this season has been packed with one half this, one half that. You know what I mean? Games of two halves, basically, where one side is brilliant and then the next half they're absolutely crap. And vice versa for the team they're playing against. Edison out to Stones. But Arsenal didn't do that today. It was 90 minutes of pretty good, solid, assured football. Foden looking for the 1-2 with Rico Lewis, but he's giving it away there, Foden. Son's in business. Walker's got to get back. Ball across. It runs all the way across. Gvardiol's going to pick that up. But there you go, a sloppy bit of play. Rico Lewis and Foden's 1-2, not quite accurate enough. Spurs were able to get across into the box as a result of that. But it's been good, mostly good from City so far. Stones is playing quite deep. He's not really pushed into midfield at all yet. Only on the odd occasion here. Ball around the corner from Walker's a good one. Foden's giving it away and he's got a free kick. He's got a free kick, but that's twice now in the space of 30 seconds. Foden once already has given it away and two got a little bit, yeah, it probably was a free kick. But he's got to be careful there, Foden. He can't be coming collecting it deep and not collecting it. Do you know what I mean? Collecting it and with a poor touch, we're in trouble, mate. So you've got to make sure your touch is crisp. Can't be giving it away in their half. In our half, rather. Pep is returning back to the tactics he used at the back end of the treble-winning season. Stones is Rodri, Akanji is Stones. The only difference is inverted wingers. Yeah. I love how Stones is Rodri and Akanji is Stones. They've all just got Rodri masks on and Akanji masks on. Oh, there's Savinho with a lovely turn. He's in business. He gets into Haaland. Oh, it's a big save from Vicario. Haaland hits the target, which is what you want to say. That's how I can say that. But Savinho with a lovely turn down that left-hand side. Passes it into Haaland. We're talking about a 5-yard pass when he's already in the penalty area. Haaland, first time, sweeps it with his instep, looking for that bottom corner, and Vicario saves it with his boot, and it goes flying up in the air and cleared eventually by Spurs. But I mean, two massive opportunities for Haaland. The third one is going in. The third one's going in. If he got a bit of air on that, it was 1-0 City. But that's two big opportunities for Haaland. I can forgive him when he hits the target. It's not as big of a problem for me. It's when he's like, you know, not even getting a shot away because he's taking too long or missing the target completely. That's what we can't have, you know. Erling Haaland percentage of team goals. I missed it now, but it looked something like treble winning season was 28% of our goals. Last season was like 32%. This season's 55% of our goals have come from Haaland. So while we're having a pop at Haaland, me included, with the chance he missed earlier on, Foden again with a sloppy touch. Come on, Phil. His energy's fantastic. Foden looks well up for the game. His pressing is good. It's really good from Foden, but he's coming in, collecting that ball with a Spurs player on his shoulders 3 times now. Twice he's given it away. Once he got himself a free kick. He's got to... Can't do that. Ball over the top for Gvardiol. Kulusevski's kept it in here. He's kept it. It's Kulusevski. Dinks it in. It's going to be 1-0. It's 1-0 Spurs. Honestly, lads. Honestly. It's come from Foden as well. Like, a matter of 20 seconds ago. But Foden giving it away. A ball in from Kulusevski. Can't give it away there, Phil, mate. You come in collecting that ball too often and you've given it away. There's a lot of football that happens between that mistake, but still. Gvardiol's got to clear his lines, to be honest. He's just got to go through that ball. He backed out of the challenge. Kulusevski wins it. And then the #1 chance creator in the Premier League gets an assist. What did I tell you? It's coming down Gvardiol's side again. It's avoidable though, Mullet. It's very avoidable. The ball in's on the money. It's a perfect cross. Perfect cross. Maddison volleys it side-footed. He's in the 6-yard box by the time he actually connects with the ball. And it's so flat. The cross is so flat. It's just over Stones' head that Edison can't come out and get it. Do you know what I mean? We're 1-0 down again, City. 1-0 down again. And it's come from sloppy midfield play where we've given it away. Rico. Lovely turn. That's how you take a ball with the man on your back. Well done, Rico. Gvardiol. Bernardo Silva's like deeper than Gvardiol. Than Gvardiol. Bernardo Silva's playing like he's almost like a left back. It's a weird system. It's versatile. It's very malleable. Akanji with a long diagonal ball there. Walker's going to do well to keep that in, and he does really well there. Good ball from Akanji. Walker plays it inside to Foden. It's a sloppy ball from Walker that time. I'm going to give Foden a free pass because it was a poor ball by Walker, but it's broken here to Udogie. Walker, you should be sprinting! Sprint, Kyle! Why's he jogging there, mate? I could see him then just jogging alongside. Fucking sprint, mate. Fucking hell. It's our own downfall again. We're doing it to ourselves with sloppy play. Came from Walker with a poor ball down this corner flag. It was a lovely ball from Akanji. Walker brings it down and then he cuts it back with the poor ball. There you go. Foden's in business. Phil Foden! Over the bar. We should have scored 3 goals. 15 minutes in, we should have 3. We should have 3 goals. Foden's just smashed it over the bar. He's toe bunged it. Probably the technique that he had to go with there because he was about to get tackled. So he did everything he could to stretch and get something on it. But the toe sends it over the bar. But that's a real opportunity. Bernardo Silva with a shocking pass. A 5-yard ball to Rico Lewis has just given it away. We've caved again. Just little moments. What a fantastic start. City were brilliant, creating chances. The press was so good, Spurs couldn't live with it. We were all over them, creating chances, then a couple of sloppy passes, and we cave. We implode. And we start giving it away more frequently now, and Spurs look confident, and we look like with massive pocket of space there for Solanke. That big a space that he could fall over and get back up without anyone tackling him. Ball across. Kulusevski nearly got on the end of that. It could have been 2-0 Spurs. Gutted. Oh dear. Son. There's enough quality in this side, though. There's some players that are playing so well. Rico's been good. Gundo's been good. You know, we've been creating chances. Should have had 3 goals already, and it's so infuriating. Haaland, mate, I'm sorry. You take your chances. The pressure just pops. The cooker pressure thing, whatever you want to call it, is intense in the Etihad right now. We're about to lose 5 games in a row. You score, make it 1-0, pop, everything relaxed. The City fans calm, the players calm. We start passing it around. We don't need to panic as much. You miss your chance, you start to get worried, and then no way. So fucking hell, John Stones with a last-ditch effort there. Solanke nearly sent through on goal. Akanji didn't know where the ball had gone for a second. Pedro Porro coming forward. Spurs look the better side all of a sudden. John Stones clearing the cross with his head. Bernardo Silva trying his best to clear it. This all came from about a minute ago. Bernardo Silva with a 5-yard pass to Rico Lewis. And we've not got the ball back since then. Here comes Son. With oh, what a save from Edison. That was nearly 2-0. Son just whipped it and it was flying into that top corner. Edison, I think he got both hands on it eventually, but it tips of your fingers stuff. But that was flying in the top corner and very nearly 2-0 Spurs. What are we doing, City? We've caved in again. It's up here, lads. It's up here. You were dominating the game. You came onto the pitch with the right attitudes and you've just caved. The nerves are there now. You can see the passes, they've lost all of the tempo. There's no crispness to the passing. We've got to shore this up now. Ride this little storm. You've fucked up for a little bit. Just deal with it. You deal with the problems. Don't make it worse by impounding these things. Ball in, Edison flapping at it. Doesn't get a touch on it, thankfully, and it's a goal kick. Jesus. Cheers for the super chat, Mullet. Yeah, very, very true. Very true. It is chaotic. We haven't got a defensive midfielder on the pitch, mate. There's no Kovacic either. So it's going to be even more chaotic today. You're 100% right, Jan, and it's good to see you, by the way. You're right. Even if we'd scored first, we still can't defend. But it changes everything. It changes everything. Given away by Gvardiol. Edge of the area, it's Son. Space for Spurs. It's going to be 2. Surely it's 2. Surely it's 2. It's 2. It's 2-0. You shambolic fucking... absolutely catastrophic football Manchester City are playing. Gvardiol at the left-back position with a simple 5-yard ball. The first goal, Foden getting caught in the midfield. Getting caught with it. Too easy. They're taking the ball off us and it's our own mistakes. They don't deserve to be 2 up. We are gifting it ill. We're wrapping it up. Early Christmas present for fucking Spurs, who are shit. They're fucking shit, Spurs. Shit. They're 11th. And we're fucking bottling it against Spurs. Again. You only got yourself to blame, City. And Maddison gets his 2nd goal of the game. Someone on this pitch needs to take control and get these heads up. This is what I was saying. That is exactly what I said. You could see the second coming. As soon as that bad pass happened, as soon as Foden made the mistake in the middle of the park, we just panicked. From that moment on, we have been a completely different side. It's almost like if we're not perfect, we're useless. We try to play perfect football. You know, we can't have this level of vulnerability. We're one pass and we're fucked. We can't do that. You take your chances, first of all. Problem 1, you take your chances. Second of all, the system that we're playing can't be played with zero tolerance for errors. There needs to be a tolerance for errors because football is made of errors. Nobody plays perfect football. Nobody. You can't do it. You can't set up a system like this where there's just one pass and we're fucked. It's stupid. Fucking killing me, mate. Fucking killing me. Unreal. The thing is, Big M, he wasn't even forward this time. This was playing in the left-back position. This was a simple moment where, you're right, and I don't think Gvardiol should be coming as far forward as he is, because I think it's vulnerable. But here you go, City, ball across. Haaland, over the bar. That's the chance number 4 for Manchester City. We could have already had my predicted scoreline, which is 4-2 Manchester City. We could still do it. I still think we could score goals, because there you go, we've just created another chance. This time Haaland doesn't hit the target. And he should be. He's not a million miles away, to be fair. It just goes over the bar, but we've got to do better. We've got to be taking these chances. We've had 4 chances. One of them should be in the back of the net. One of them, at least, surely. Play on, ref. Fuck off, ref. Bollocks. John Stones commits the foul. Never a foul. But no, Big M, I agree. I don't think Gvardiol should be. I think we should go back to having a system that protects the other end of the pitch. Especially against Spurs. Because we don't need to send everyone forward against Spurs. They're going to give us gaps. They're going to leave big gaping holes for us to expose because they send everyone forward. So why don't we just be a little bit coy, be a bit smarter than that, and go, right, okay, we'll protect what we have. And I know it's the word protect doesn't enter into Pep Guardiola's mind. He's like, how can I hurt them? That's always what his priority is. How can I hurt them? But you're hurting us by playing a system that's so open to errors. Rico Lewis there with a heavy touch. He's giving it away now. It's a terrible free kick from Spurs, who gave it straight to Rico. And if he controls it, we're in business here, but it's a heavy touch. And this is the thing that Pep Guardiola can't legislate for. As much as I think the system needs tweaking, he doesn't create systems that protect the team from a bad touch in your own half. They won't be there because he's expecting players of this calibre to control the fucking ball. Basics, man. Basics. Son coming forward. He's beaten, absolutely rinsed Walker. Ball across and Akanji at the near post. It was nearly 3-0. It was nearly 3-0. Fucking hell. It's alarming. It's alarming how easily we're getting carved open now. And I mean, yeah, we can't keep saying it. It's obvious. The answer is no Rodri and no Kovacic. That's why this is happening. It's obvious. No one in the world other than a City fan is going to want to hear that excuse though, and let us have it. We're not allowed that excuse, and I would say rightly so, because we should have the players already to step up. Ball in from Maddison, it's a good one, but Edison deals with it. Strong punch there from Edison. Pedro Porro's kept the ball alive. 2-0. Fucking 2-0 already. Should be 3 as well, to be honest. But we should have scored plenty as well. That's what's killing me in this game. Spurs maintaining possession here. We're struggling to get out. Haaland trying to clear it. Little back heel. Stones Akanji. Gundogan collects it. Composed from Gundogan. That's good. He's having a good game, Gundo. He's doing nothing wrong for me so far. I mean, he's been a target for a lot of City fans this season. Me included. I've been nailing Gundo this season. Because he's been poor. But he's playing well. But almost every one of them on that pitch now has done something that's been very costly. Bernardo Silva with a ball to Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis with a heavy touch a couple of minutes ago where that free kick should have been controlled. It's right at him. No reason not to control it. If you can't control a ball like that, mate, then fuck's sake. Foden, 3 times he's given it away in midfield. Gvardiol giving the ball away down the left-back side. How many fucking mistakes do you want to... I can fucking list them. Do you know what I mean? It's a catalogue of errors. And that's why we're 2-0 down as well. So, got to sort it out. Ball in for Haaland to chase. Good ball from Walker. Haaland tries to keep it alive. Pedro Porro clears it eventually. That ball was a good ball there from Walker. Rico Lewis getting involved there where he didn't need to be honest. Good ball, calm from Akanji into Gundogan, who calms it down himself, gets it into Bernardo Silva. Got Gvardiol sort of coming forward, very casually. Ball in though to Foden. Foden's in business. And his ball again, another opportunity, goes begging. Again, control, not good enough. Doesn't take it into a position where he can connect with his shot. Good ball from Gvardiol. Put a lot on it. Difficult ball to control, to be fair. He actually does well, to be fair. I'll take that back. Foden's touch was good. He just couldn't do anything with it once he'd got that ball under control. Tries to poke it into that bottom corner. But again, good play. You know, there's spaces. We're scoring in this game. We are scoring in this game. The problem is, next goal decides this game. If we score, I think we'll go on and win. If we lose, if we concede another goal, then it's fucking gone. Do you know what I mean? Porro. Kulusevski. Coming forward. Backing off Gvardiol. You don't back off that much. Ball across. Walker clears it. You don't back off like that, Gvardiol. What's he doing? How much do you want to backtrack there, mate? Oh, yeah. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. There you go. Appreciate that. Fucking hell. Gvardiol there was shocking defending. He was sprinting back. Like, Kulusevski's a good player, but he obviously didn't want to commit, but you don't let him in the penalty area, mate. And it's not like you backed away and then did something anyway. You still let him get the cross in. You know, the advantage of backing away is you're not committing them. You know, you think it was actually Spurs, wasn't it? Who remembers that? Virgil van Dijk backtracking when like half of the Spurs team were going one-on-one, or like three of them against Van Dijk. He just didn't commit them. That's the right thing to do. Ball in again, Solanke. Walker's there. Solanke over the bar. Walker. I mean, we're getting carved open like a Christmas dinner, and it ain't even December yet. We're getting rinsed in the back line there. Look at Son. Where the fuck? Oh, I know where they are. One's in the medical room shining his Ballon d'Or, and the other one is also in the medical room shining his knob. I don't know. Don't know what he's shining. It could just be he's shining his head, maybe. I don't know. Franz, thanks for the super chat, mate. I don't want to hear about trebles and 4 in a row. We have a big problem in this team. There is a problem, definitely. And I don't think it's an attitude problem. It's something I've been worried about. I think this game's got a different vibe to it for me, because they came out fired up, mate. City looked good when they came onto this pitch. We looked good. 5 minutes in, the press was good. I'll scroll up to the chat if it's still there. It's probably gone now. But so many comments in the chat as well saying this is good. Good start from City. Good start. I agree. Great start from City. Chances being created. One mistake. 1-0. Second mistake. Well, it's actually about the fourth mistake, to be honest. But you don't keep making mistakes and expect to get away with it. No, terrible ball this start. Savinho's intercepted. 3-on-2. 3-on-2. Send Haaland. Oh, fuck off. Savinho's ball is behind Haaland. Terrible from Savinho. Great interception in the first place, but the ball from Savinho so poor. Clearly your man. You've got to get it in front of him there, mate. Haaland doesn't even look at him now. He went behind him as he was running forward. Found a lovely little avenue, Haaland does, as he always peels away. Rico Lewis commits a foul there down that right side. Unreal. What are we seeing here, Blues? What are we seeing? Dare I ask you to hit the like button? I'm sure there's some rival fans, because I notice my numbers go up quite a bit when we start losing, because you're all sad bastards who like to watch City lose, but they'll all vanish when we equalise. Ball in, Savinho. Oh, it's saved off the line. Is he onside? Vicario with a fucking worldie of a save. Savinho with a diving header. Space. I'm not sure he was onside, to be honest. I don't know whether this would have stood had it gone in, but another chance for City goes begging. Yeah, he's miles offside. Miles offside. Yeah, I'm surprised. If we've got a corner ball, I'm buzzing. Surely he's flagged. Yeah, he's flagged. Good to see you, Kevin. Akanji. It's cool, though. I'm cool with it. Don't worry. It's fine. Daniel, I'd have him in our side, mate. I would take Kulusevski all day long. I think he's an absolute baller. I think he's a complete player. I can't name a weak spot to his game. Do you know what I mean? Every player's got it, but I think he's solid, mate. I wouldn't say he's like an absolute like worldie of a player. I just think he's Mr. Consistent. Do you know what I mean? He's always 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? He's solid. He's the number one chance creator in the Premier League. I think that speaks volumes for the player. I think he works incredibly hard as well. Gvardiol coming forward. You saw what it meant to him to beat us in the Carabao Cup. I don't know if you saw that interview as well. Ball flicked on here. Walker's got a bit of space. If he controls it, he can be quick about it. Nope, dilly-dallies. Rico, back out to Walker. Thing is now, we've got to come forward even more now and expose the already incredibly vulnerable back line that we already have. Free kick, Udogie. Walker was begging for it, to be honest, because he was going down a blind alley there. Kyle Walker. Couldn't get a crossing, and if he gave it away, Spurs were going to counter on us. So he was just waiting for contact down this right-hand side and got it and fell over. Stupid from Udogie there, to be honest, but I'll take it because we've got a free kick in a dangerous position. Get this under Vicario. Actually, no, you can't really get on him now because it's a free kick, isn't it? So if you go near him, it'll be offside. But anything now. Got a goal before half-time from City, we win this. We will win this game. If we get one goal back, I think they will collapse. Ball in. Back post. Savinho. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm getting less and less impressed by Savinho as time goes on, to be honest. His decision-making in vital moments is starting to do my nutting, put it politely. His final third play, his crossing is never good enough at the minute. And this is the Girona player that last season was the #1 crosser in the whole of Europe. And he's not finding a City shirt. Simple moments where he can just shoot at the right time, pass at the right time. He's always chooses the wrong thing to do. I believe he'll be a player for us, though. I just feel like he's struggling right now. He's playing in a side that's struggling. And I think that it's foolish to blame it on any one player other than Rodri's absence. I think that's the biggest problem. From our side this season, but we need to get used to it. He's gone. It's over for this season. Rodri will not be here until best case scenario at the end of the season with a few games to go. And I would play like he ain't going to be there. I assume he's not going to be here till next season. Plus, I don't want to rush him back. Do you know what I mean? I don't want him to be rushed back. I'd rather get the Rodri that we know next season than rush back a 90% Rodri who could risk ruining his career, ending his career, potentially. If you're not ready, you're not ready. So, just wait. We have to be patient. Good ball from Bernardo Silva. Good touch from Gvardiol. Cushions it to Savinho, who's on the corner of the edge of the area. Little couple of step overs. Savinho, he's got to do something. Cuts it back to Gvardiol. Back to Savinho. Gvardiol on the underlap. Doesn't use him. Savinho still got it, though. Going nowhere fast at the minute. Plays a simple ball into Bernardo Silva. Stones now. Sprays it out to Kyle Walker, who's inside. Rico. Got to get a goal here before half-time. Jan, thanks for the super chat, Jan. Appreciate it, really do. Thank you, Jan. I think Goldbridge's numbers will be down to single figures if United start to win matches. Come on, City, we can still win. We need a leader. Good point on the leader. There's very few on that pitch. John Stones, Kyle Walker. I think they're your two leaders on this pitch right now. Vocal leaders, to be honest. Kyle Walker's a vocal leader. He's not really he doesn't lead by example. He leads with his words, Kyle. I think he speaks very well. If you listen to him in his interviews, he's a good... Savinho, mate. Savinho. Shocking touch. Shocking touch. He's giving it away. Still in their half, mind you, but City's throw. Come on, Savinho, mate. You've got to do better. Get Grealish on. That's what I'm thinking at half-time. Get Grealish on. We need to have more... I mean, is he going to offer something to get us a goal here, potentially? It's just an alternative option. But I want to see Grealish on. I wanted to see him start, to be honest. And where's Doku as well? Injured again. City playing some nice little triangles in the middle of the park here. Finding pockets. Ball laid off to Haaland. Lovely football, Haaland. Savinho! Oh, and it's saved by Vicario. Good effort from Savinho. Good effort. Doesn't get that much power behind it, but it was on target at least. Good football from City. The one-touch stuff eventually lands to Haaland, who got it caught underneath his feet, and it ricochets off his heel, I think it was, and then lands a little bit 5 yards behind him. As Savinho runs onto it. First-time effort from Savinho. And saved by Vicario. Maverick, we need signings. I agree. We need a couple. I think we need a couple. Definitely. But who? But who? Oh, fucking hell, I thought we were leaving that. I thought Gvardiol was leaving that there. Yeah, this defence is all over the place, though. How easy it is to get through. But, I mean, it's not easy to get back in shape when you've got two systems, basically, at play here. You have a structure that is defensive structure. Ball over the top here for Savinho to chase. He can win this. You bottled it! You bottled it, Savinho! You bottled it! You fucking bottled it! You go fucking in hard there. You get hurt. You get hurt. I fucking lost my shit with Nunes. I lost my shit with him the other day when he did something similar. He didn't want to get hurt there. He could have got us a goal. He could have got us a goal there. He didn't want to get hurt, so I'll stick my hands up and stick a little toe. Oh, a little toe. Get your fucking head in. Throw yourself at that ball. Make him hurt you. You get the keeper sent off. You get us a goal or you get the keeper sent off. Whatever it is, it's good for City. But you bottled it. You fucking coward, mate. Fuck off, man. I'm not having that shit. Can't stand it. It's the biggest offence you can do to me. I lose it when I see players back out of challenges, doing all this shit. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's a football. Oh, I'm going to get hurt. Fucking throw yourself at it. Fucking hell, Savinho, man. Don't tell me to chill either, mate. That's what I'm here to fucking watch the game. I'm giving you my opinion. If you don't like it, fucking tune into someone else. Can't have that, mate. Bottling it like that. That was a massive... He's got to head it. He's got to throw himself, head it. He could have headed it over him. Just throw yourself at it, mate. Throw yourself at it. That's all you had to do. Because Vicario was in deep shit. It was a terrible back pass header. It was under hit. It was outside the area. So if the keeper comes and tries to handle it, red card. If he fouls you, you're going through into an empty goal, red card. If you win the ball and beat the keeper, goal. If you coward out of a challenge and bottle it, it stays 2-0. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable, that. I can't stand that. Honestly, lads. Elenis, thanks for the super chat, mate. Johnny, at this point, anyone would do, to be honest. In terms of signings, yeah. I'm not sure anyone would do, because, I mean, Calvin Phillips, I certainly wouldn't want him back. I'm still fuming, mate. I'm fuming from that, what I've just seen. I'm struggling to get over that. I just can't deal with it. It's because I know what I would do in that situation, and I think most City fans would do the same. Do you know what I mean? If you played football at all, do you know what I mean? If you got the honour of wearing a Manchester City shirt, and you got to throw yourself at a football to do something that could get your team a goal, at any level of football, really. I mean, you don't even need to wear a City shirt. Where's your pride, mate? Do you know what I mean? Well, fucking throw yourself at that football. Too many fucking soft asses nowadays. Honestly. Vicario's gone down with an injury here, so we could actually get a situation that's become beneficial. I don't know how he injured himself. I don't know whether it was with that Savinho moment, but... he's gone down holding his ankle here. Yeah, in terms of signings, I don't know, Elenis, but thanks for your super chat, mate. Not the one, Neo. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to him, to be honest. I don't know. Let's have a look at this again. Pedro Porro with a shocking header back to him. And he stopped. He stopped, mate. I can't... I'll be hooking him off, mate. If I'm Pep, I'm like, if you don't want to get hurt, fine. Go and get yourself a nice bath, get a little rubber duck, and then just sit there and like, oh, in your nice cosy bath where you don't get hurt. Then you're nice and safe in your little precious fucking world with all that fucking money you earn. Like, go and fucking get off the fucking pitch then if you're not willing to fucking die for Manchester City. Then get on the fucking pitch, mate. Fuck's sake. Awful. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. They're in business here. Kulichevsky over the bar from Pape Sarr. Oh, it's Basuma, actually. Nico, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. And And Neo, thanks for yours as well. Foden got player of the season, then disappeared. Yeah, it's worrying. It's worrying. This game's worrying me more than anything because it was a sloppy ball from Bernardo Silva. Right, I need to move on. I need to move on from that Savinho situation because it's absolutely done me. It's done me in big time. Oh, well, Spurs are in business again. Just one long ball over the top. Oh, it's Son. Chopped inside. Walker keeps it alive. Where are we? Where? It's just one long ball and we're just done. It's so easy. Haaland with a lovely header. Knocks it down to Savinho. Man on, mate. Man on. Good touch. Good touch from Savinho. Sprinting inside. This is good. Good run from Savinho. Go on, Savinho. Shot. Hits a Spurs player. Going. I don't know who he was. He wasn't going in anyway. Bernardo Silva. Can we get one back before half-time? Gvardiol fires it across. It's up in the air. Son clears it. Circus Dog, thanks for the super chat. Seeing players back out of challenges makes me miss Zabba even more. Proper player and a proper man. 100%, mate. Pablo Zabaleta. What a man. Haaland back post. Keeps it alive. Foden, like, manhandled there. Was he elbowed in the back of the head? No. Kyle Walker controls the cross. I don't know what happened there, but Foden went down. I think Ben Davies has got every right to go for that in the air like that. But Foden thought he was a bit too much. Ball down the line to Bernardo Silva. Can he get one in? Dinks it in. Foden with a bicycle kick over the bar. How many chances have we had? We've had so many chances. Hey, Zabaleta. I could talk about him all day, Circus Dog. That's what I'm talking about. If you had 11 Pablo Zabaletas, just their attitudes. Maybe not the player. Do you know what I mean? If you all of them, we don't lose football matches. You don't lose. Do you know what I mean? If they were all like Pablo Zabaleta, just willing to get hurt. Do you know what I mean? Vincent Kompany, Nigel de Jong. You know, that level of just like absolute hard nuts, mate. That's what it's all about. I love it. And I love players like that. I would have 11 of them if I could. But obviously you need players that can play football as well. Like 11 Pablo Zabaletas. It'd be we wouldn't score many goals, put it that way. Mullet wants to pay a fortune for Bruno Guimaraes. At this point, I think we need to do something. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think City operate like that. I don't think we operate in like, right, shit, we're not doing very well. Here's 100 million for a player. I don't think we do that. Gvardiol marauding forward. Dragusin gets a touch on it. It's going to be a corner ball to City. But I would love Bruno Guimaraes in this situation now. Do you know, he's someone who wouldn't back out of a challenge. He throws himself about. You know, I love players that do it, mate. And he was definitely one of them. I would love to see him in a City 11. I can't see Newcastle letting him go though now. Not in January. You know, we'd like you say, pay a fortune. It would be like, you know, you're looking at 120, 130 million really, aren't you, to get him? Elanis, thanks for your super chat as well. Didn't Doku and KDB play the last game? Where are they? I don't know, mate. De Bruyne is on the bench, but Doku's not. Gundogan, ball in near post, flicked on and out for a goal kick by Akanji. Verts. Again, these players are just not January players. I would love Bruno Guimaraes and I would love Florian Wirtz. They're just not January players. No club's going to let a player like that go in January. It ain't happening. Ain't happening. But yeah, I mean, imagine if we could pull something like that off. That would be huge. If City could... I can't see City spending... Clubs don't spend 100 million in January. When's the last time you saw a club spend that level of money? That's summer business. That's long-term business. January is sort of the window for rectifying situations, and this is the situation we're in. But right, I'll tell you, blow your whistle now, ref. Spurs are coming forward. How long's left here? 3 minutes. Fucking hell, Son's coming forward down the left side. Great run by Kulichevsky. Look at him go. Look at him go. Just gets it back to Son. Son thinking about a duplicate effort that forced Edison into a save in about half an hour ago now, but I mean, are we 2-0 down here? Are we 2-0 down? Was that in January? I didn't know that. Yeah, Chelsea are a different breed though, aren't they? They're a different breed when it comes to spending money. At the minute, at least. Adrian, I agree. We're missing a hard man in football. Yeah, we don't have anyone who's tough at all. And I'm not talking just because of the Savinho incident. Doesn't mean we need to have a load of tough nuts. No, I just think like even if you're small, look at Rico Lewis. He wouldn't have backed out of that. I don't think he would have backed out of it. He's like Walker there with a foul on Maddison. Fucking hell, I don't know if he's given that. Has he given that? He should have given it. Fucking hell, Walker, mate. He's lost his head there, Walker. At least he cares. At least he cares. He's fuming. He's absolutely nailed Maddison. I mean, he's just smashed him and thrown him off the pitch. And then thrown the ball at the referee, like, casually. To the point where you're a bit lucky not to get a yellow card. And then walked off, effing and jeffing. I'd rather see that than a player walking off and not giving a shit. At least he gives a shit. And to be honest, I don't think we can blame Kyle Walker for anything today, to be honest. Because I feel like Gvardiol on the other side of the pitch has killed us. Foden and Bernardo Silva together, though, some of the passing between them two. And the touches from Foden. What are we doing, City? Ball over the top, Kulusevski's offside. Seconds remain till half-time. He really has, hasn't he, Big M? He really has. Yeah, I saw it once, Jeff. Worst goalie in the league on corners, and we aren't putting a guy on the keeper to putting on corners on him. Yeah, the ball in hasn't been good enough, to be honest. From Gundogan's side in particular, the cross hasn't come near the near post. Do you know what I mean? It's gone to the near post. You want to get it on him. Like, land on him. Ball in. Bernardo Silva dinks it in. Udogie clears it. Savinho keeping it alive. No, he's not. He's giving it away. He needs to come off. He needs to come off. Last chance to redeem yourself, Savinho. He's got the ball down the right-hand side. Ball in. Straight into Vicario's hands. Hannah's had enough. 100%, Kevin. 100%. There are things that Goldbridge does that I think Manchester City fans understandably get frustrated. But there are things that he does like that. I thought it was brilliant. I watched a bit of it, to be honest. I don't watch him that much. I get sent more clips than I choose to watch myself. I get told to watch a lot of him more than I actually actively go and seek myself. But I did tune into that because it was all day. So every time I clicked on YouTube, his stupid face was looking back at me. But fair play to him because he was raising a lot of money in the process. So yeah, you can't fucking knock it. Do you know what I mean? 42 grand for terminal illnesses like that. Yeah, that's good. Fucking great. Really good. Mark Dixon, thanks for the super chat. We need to rethink that back line. Yeah, that's yeah, very simply put by Mark, but couldn't speak more truer than that, in all honesty, because it ain't working. And it's not just that, though. It's the fact that we're giving it away. And Gvardiol's definitely going to get blamed for the second goal, but then no one's going to go back far enough to analyse what went wrong and why we were giving the ball away in midfield with Phil Foden for that first goal. His touch was heavy. He got caught on the ball. He had already been warned when he got himself a free kick as well. And he already did a 1-2 where with Rico Lewis, where he also gave it away. And yeah, it's like, how many warnings do you want, mate, to be given without heeding those warnings? Take headed of. Heed. Take head. Not that kind of head, just... Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, and Bam Bam, you're absolutely right. That's the other area of the pitch. I mean, what area of the pitch is good? So far, we've just... The goalkeeper. Edison's put him a great save. Great save by Edison. But yeah, I've seen so far people, and rightly so, Mark saying this back line isn't working. So yeah, there's the defence problem. We've got a midfield that is failing to control the ball. Savinho's giving it away. Bernardo Silva's giving it away. Foden's giving it away. Rico Lewis with one moment that I can think of where he should absolutely be controlling the ball and punishing Spurs because it was a stupid free kick that he was going for a long diagonal ball that he hits along the floor. And Rico's got 40 yards to set himself, control it, and away we go into a Spurs side that had sent people forward. If he controls it, we're in business. But a sloppy touch... Spurs get the ball back, you know? Not good enough. And then Erling Haaland. Numerous chances. The first one was the worst for me because it was a poor touch, which made him have to take a second touch, and then the third being a shot. And by then, Spurs had got across because he had space, mate. One touch, out of your feet, bang. 1-0 City. What a different story we're talking about. I'm not losing my shit. I'm not calling Savinho names. I'm not fucking going wild. The chat's all happy. We're all talking City fans. There's probably not 800 people watching because the fact that City are winning would probably see that number halved, in all truth. So fuck the half of you that are watching to watch me cry about it. But here we are. Here we are. Thanks to all of the catastrophes and catastrophic errors. Fucking hell, City. Fucking hell. I like that. Positivity beyond the cosmos. We're not that bad. In comparison to what? That's the question now for City, isn't it? What are your standards at? Do you know what I mean? Not you personally. I mean, what as a fan base, what should our standards be? Because I think we're in a unique position that no set of fans has ever been in. We've never seen it, not in this country, because there is no set of fans that can come to you and say, I knew how to handle our 5th season after winning 4 Premier League titles in a row. As a fan base, we don't know how to deal with it. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's very understandable for City fans' standards to be very high right now and the expectancy levels very high. But we can't tread over that line where it becomes unrealistic, you know? I want to keep opinions contained and isolated to the 90 minutes. We talk about the season being over. I think it's ridiculous to say things like that. Or pep out. I think it's ridiculous to go that far with your statements, to write off a season. The fact that we haven't even started the FA Cup yet, and we haven't even got through the league phase of the Champions League. Once we're in the knockout stages of Champions League football, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And to be honest, I still think we can win a Champions League and an FA Cup. I still think we can win the Premier League. I maintain that I don't think we will, because law of averages, level of motivation, I've made a video about it before going into great detail, and thank God I did that before the documentary came out from Pep, because it completely backed me up. Everything I said in that video was backed up and then some by that documentary. Because my main point of that documentary is, how do you motivate a group of players that have won 4 Premier League titles in a row? How do you motivate? What's the new message on the wall, with the previous being, no side has won 4 Premier League titles consecutively, ... yet. Great message, the perfect message. I would say that little message that Pep put on the dressing room, or in the training ground rather, for every single player to read while they're tying up their boots, yeah? That was motivation, you know, doing something that had never been done. And I mean, as much as the obvious thing is like, well, no one's ever won 5 in a row, so why don't you say, oh yeah, come on, let's be realistic. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. You know, it's hard, you know. And I'm not saying these players aren't motivated and they're not giving a shit. They absolutely give a shit. They care. You can tell they care. But if you drop 1% or even 2%, it's over. It's over at this level. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of winning a title, it's over. You know, you go up against the Spurs side with the quality of the front 6, or at least, you know, you include Maddison and Kulusevski and Pape Sarr, not really, but you know what I mean? At least 4 of their front, like 4, like you Son, Solanke, Kulusevski, Maddison, who scored 2 goals. You know, they're going to cause you problems if you start dropping a level. You know, and it's happened against Ipswich where we go 1-0 down. That's the moment there. He's got to take that quicker. That first opportunity, he's got to get that out from underneath his feet. That's a good touch from Savinho as well. Just looking at the highlights now of what went on. Good ball from Savinho into Haaland. Haaland should have made that 1-0 again. So many opportunities, really, when you're looking at it now. Ball in again, Haaland over the bar. Haaland could have had a hat-trick, mate. Could have had a hat-trick. Thank God you're here. The chat saving me once again. Let me just sort this out. What am I doing here? What am I doing? I'm going for a P. That's what's happening. Because Stuart, where are you, Stuart? Was getting all giddy. Right, Stuart. don't know why I'm having a go at Stuart so much. He does nothing, all chat, and then just rocks up with a barrage of chair emojis. Right, I'm going for a quick pee. What a load of... This half has been. Enjoy the chair, you weirdos. Come on, City, for fuck's sake! Yes, finally, someone talking sense. Big up to Big M. What are we doing, Blues? It's devastating. It's absolutely devastating because it's going to be 6, isn't it? Because Liverpool are going away to Anfield. Like, couldn't have asked for 2 fixtures, worst fixtures. Spurs home or away is a horrible fixture for us. Liverpool away is the worst fixture of the season in terms of chances of getting 3 points. We never win there. Never. It's COVID, wasn't it? COVID season when we won there. We battered him that game as well. 4-1, wasn't it? Absolutely sensational. Foden. Where's that Phil Foden? You know, smashing one in the top corner at the near post like that, like a bullet, mate. It was a blur. Alisson just went... It's like, where's the fucking ball gone? Back of your net, mate. Phil Foden. Where's that Phil Foden? Nico, thanks for the super chat. We still smiling like in the Carabao Cup? Nope. Absolutely not. Hannah's in pain. We need to move fucking office, mate, because this office, we're having terrible days in our office at the minute, aren't we? It's another bad day at the office. Oh, no. Come on, City. Is it gone again? Is it... I need to move the camera. Let me just extend it. Look at that. Oh, shit. Look at that. That's like fucking... That's like paint. Right, I'm just going to have to stay facing here now. Why is it both? Why is it not both? It bothers me when it's not both. It's hot as well, man. I don't know. Send help. Send help to me, because we're struggling to find a house, to be honest. One that we're all happy with. But we're hopefully after Christmas now. It's going to be after Christmas. But we're ready to move. Do you know what I mean? We are ready to move. It's just finding the house that we're actually happy with. But we'll get there. We'll get there. He won a game the other day, didn't he? They won. Who was it against? Was it Liechtenstein? Am I right in saying that? San Marino won a game. And they went mental. The celebrations of San Marino winning a football match was so good. Like, I'm so happy. I love seeing moments like that. It's like us when we were like in 1999, seeing us win. It's like, oh, I love seeing City win. It never happens. When City win, yeah, what a nice moment. We used to get pity off some people as well, didn't we? We used to be like everyone's second favourite team. Do you know what I mean? Oh, they used to pat us on the head, patronisingly pat us on the head. Like, oh, little City. You know, that team that once, every now and again, they turn up in a Manchester derby and beat United. But at least they're not United, so we'll like City because they're not United. Now, you ask anybody what you think of Manchester City, we're fucking hated. Across the globe. You know, obviously City fans like us, but other than that, we are pretty much hated. I think Spurs don't mind us because we are their best chance of Arsenal not winning the league. But now they're probably popping on Liverpool shirts, aren't they now? So, I don't know where their standards are at, by the way. Why don't you fucking join into a title race rather than hoping someone else does your fucking job? Do you know what I mean? You should be in a title race with the money that they've spent and the money that they have available to them, which is a bigger point. The stadium, the infrastructure, the whole club. It's a joke. Spurs are a joke. And we're losing 2-0 to a joke. For fuck's sake. This Spurs, they will collapse in the second half. Right, Juice, I'm getting excited to read what you're saying, mate. We just need ball retention to make them clear their lines constantly. We get one, then they are forced to attack, and we get our second and third. I like your positivity, Juice, and I believe in you as well, mate. I actually believe in what you say, because I do believe that this Spurs side, we've already gotten at them. Do you know what I mean? We can beat this side. It doesn't change the fact that we went 2-0 down, though. So no matter what happens now, I'm going to go into that Liverpool game very, very worried. It doesn't matter if we turn it round. The fact that we have to turn it round is going to be a long-term concern now. Because we have fallen apart again in a half a football match. A football match where we shouldn't be falling apart like this. You know, Nathan Ake's coming on. Who for? Is it going to be for Josko? It's John Stones. I wonder if Pep saw something. I wonder what he's thinking. Is Ake going in the middle? Surely Gvardiol stays left. Yeah, he's gone in the middle with Akanji. That means Akanji's going to be pushing into midfield. Akanji actually did an alright first half, to be honest. Game's about to get underway. Foden kicks the game off for Manchester City. Come on, City. I'm trying to be believing. I tell you what, a third goes in, we're done. We're done. But if we can score early in this game, we're turning it round and we're winning it. Elenas, thanks for your super chat. Appreciated. Sell Foden 150 million. Savinho 50 million before their value drops. Then buy Wirtz for 130 million and Zubamendi for 60. And we still have 10 million left to spare. Not sure that's how it works, mate, in terms of the numbers. But and I definitely wouldn't sell Foden. To be honest, I think he's he's a mank, isn't he? I don't think anyone's paying 150 million for Foden. I don't know. I don't think anyone would pay that. But yeah, Wirtz would be a great addition. Zubamendi in January, potentially. Mark, thanks again for your super chat. Appreciate it. Pep needs to kick a boot about in the dressing room. Yeah. Bit of the old Fergie hairdryer treatment. Long ball. Kulachevsky's going to keep that in. No, he's not. Thank God. Hyperbolic. Congrats on 100k. Are you a YouTuber? Cool. 100k, mate. Fucking hell. Well played. I don't know who you are, but I'll check out your channel after this. I also agree with you. I would like to see Grealish come onto the pitch. Tell us about your channel, mate. So no changes for Spurs, as you'd expect, to be honest. One change for City. You're wondering if it's tactical or some form of, I don't know, punishment or injury? Because if Stone's injured again, like, fucking... It's been such a disrupted season, though, isn't it? We have to be understanding of the circumstances. It is just unfortunate. The amount of players that we've lost to injury is genuinely unfortunate. And you can't legislate for that. You can't blame the board for not having cover for Rodri and Kovacic, to be honest, for a whole season. Do you know what I mean? I'd understand if you were there saying, like, yeah, we did need a player for me. And no one was saying anything when Gundogan was signed. Everyone was like, well, there we go. We've signed Gundogan. We have cover that someone can play in that position at least. That's changed because of Gundogan's performances in a City shirt since he's been back. Referee gives a free kick on Maddison there. That's bollocks. Bollocks from the referee. Gundogan steps in, wins the ball. Intercepted really well. Let's have another look. Yeah, it's a foul. Take it back. It wasn't bollocks. He went through the back of him. But yeah, honestly, I don't think the board should be completely blamed for this. The injury circumstances, I just don't think you can plan for it. Do you know what I mean? You can't be signing players just in case we get an injury. There need to be players that are actually used thinking about the football. Do you know what I mean? When they're going to play, they have to play. You know, at times they will come on and play a lot of football in the City side because that's what Pep does. He signs players that are versatile and can play in multiple positions. There's very few players on this pitch that can't play in at least 2 positions. There's only Edison and Haaland. Everyone else can play in various positions. Every single one of them. So I don't like the idea of signing a player just to sit on the bench in case we lose Rodri. He'll know that person will play, probably alongside Rodri at times. But I don't think you can plan for a year-long injury. It doesn't make sense. Good ball that from Walker into Haaland. He lays it off to Savinho. Referee, get out of the way if you would, please. Thank you. Shocking from Savinho. Shocking. Terrible ball. Terrible ball. To Gvardiol, who's come forward, well out of position now, Josko Gvardiol, and a shite ball from Savinho has killed us. He's off. Get him off the pitch, man. He needs hooking from this game. That's 5 minutes too long on the pitch. He should have come off at half-time, in my opinion, for Grealish. But that pass right there has made it the final nail in the coffin for me. That was a simple ball, and a ball that's simple, and if you get it wrong, is terrible because Gvardiol's battering it down that left side. He's coming flying down the left wing. And you give it away, and guess what happens? They start charging down in that position where Gvardiol's well out of his position now. And it wasn't a difficult pass. It really wasn't. Fucking Savinho, mate. Never referee. Never referee. Maddison. Oh, fuck off. This referee's bottled it. He ran into him, mate. Maddison flies into Akanji. He doesn't have to get out of the way. He can stand where he wants. He didn't step in front of him. Or did he? We'll have a look. Yes, he did. He fully body checked him. So, yeah, correct decision from the referee. Again, I keep saying it. Referees this, referees that. And he's both times was right, to be honest. Is my whole face red? Fucking hell. 5 minutes gone into the second half. Still 2-0 to Spurs. No chances have been created whatsoever for City. I mean, Spurs now, are they going to do something they never do? And actually, Rico Lewis... Oh, referee. Again, I'd be going mental if I was a Spurs fan there because Rico knocked it round him. But, I mean, Pape Sarr stepped in front of him pretty well there, I thought. But we've got a free kick. You'll take it. Rico Lewis knocks it back to Nathan Ake, back to Rico. Got Savinho out on that right wing now. Gvardiol down this left side with Foden inverting right up next to Haaland. Good ball from Walker again. Shocking from Foden. Gets the ball back, but no, he doesn't. He doesn't control it. He should have. But the ball from Walker was a good one. Don't foul him. Don't foul him. Oh, shit. Kulichevsky's in. Slowed down by Nathan Ake, but the ball across. He's sent him wide, but Solanke's going to get an opportunity here. He's down to the byline, cuts it back. Pedro Porro makes it 3-0. Game over. Game over, City. You're fucking shambles. Phil Foden again at the other end of the pitch. At the other end of the pitch, gives it away, and they come up the other end and score. 3-0. Wow. Wow. Again, mistakes. We've already seen it from Savinho. A pass that kills us, and they go down the other side, down the right wing, and kill us. Foden, edge of the area. Good ball from Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker with a good ball. That's right, I said it. Kyle Walker with a good ball. It's Phil Foden who miscontrols it and then gives it away. Call it for what it is. There's no favouritism here. The ball from Kulusevski sent Solanke wide. But we are all over the place. All over them. It's fucking embarrassing, mate. It really is. This could turn into a 5 or 6-0 if this carries on like this. You're going to get fucking humbled, mate. Humbled. Wow. Someone's getting sent off in this game, I'm telling you now. I reckon it's Kyle Walker as well. I bet you he gets a red card. Someone, one of the City players is going to lose their head, man. And they're going to get sent off. And compound our problems and our lack of players to choose from even further. Oh, fucking hell, Vicario with a sloppy ball there. I thought Bernardo Silva could have nicked that, but he didn't. How's he still got it? How is Pedro Porro just humiliating Rico Lewis, Phil Foden, Josko Gvardiol? He's just fucking dancing around all three of you. All three of you just got fucking humiliated. How's he kept the ball in that situation? It's fucking ugly, this, mate. It's fucking ugly. Rico Lewis then, is that lost his head, goes snaps. Maddison gets himself a yellow card. Rightly so as well. It's coming. The red card's coming now because the Reds have gone. It shows the mental side of the game. They're too frail, too fragile, mentally fragile. You know, because it's all gone our way. The last 4 years, it's all gone our way. Gvardiol with a foul again, snapping. Who's he snapped now? Pedro Porro. Yeah, here you go. I told you 2 minutes ago, we've already seen potentially 2 yellow card offences. One's given us a yellow card. It's obvious. Heads gone. Gone, mate. We're keeping that Postecoglou, mate, in a job. Because their form has been shocking. Ball flicked on, Akanji out to Walker. Keeps it, Walker back to Nathan Ake. There's still time to get a point out of this game, potentially. I mean, this is the one side we play against that you think maybe, because it's Walker this time with a sloppy ball to Savinho. It's not good enough. It's just not good enough, City. Come on, mate. You can't turn your back on the team. I'd rather you turn your back on me, to be honest, than the team. I have no problem with you turning your back on me, but you don't turn your back on City, mate. Come on. Come on. You'll be here next week watching us lose to Liverpool. Come on. Fucking hell. This is perfect scenario for Spurs now, getting into a shape where they can hit us on the counter and just wait for us to give it away. Ball in by Gvardiol's behind. Foden couldn't control it. Was intercepted, but Ake steps in, wins it back. Gundogan. It's no movement. Haaland looks dejected. You know, he's not. His body language is very obvious, isn't it? He's quite predictable how he's feeling by just the way he carries himself. Savinho thinking about having a shot, ball into Rico. Poor touch from Rico. And here comes Spurs. One bad touch, and here comes Spurs. This is what we do. Oh, thank fuck for that. They've given it away. Oh, Bernardo Silva's now giving it away. Here comes Spurs, everybody. Here comes Spurs. Fucking hell, City. It's so fucking obvious. It's not like a system thing. This, if you give the ball away, you're going to be in trouble. It's shite. It's so poor. 3-0 down. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. The thing is, they've not even played well. They're 3-0 up and I feel like they've been bang average. They've not done anything that's made me think like, oh, they're bloody brilliant. Look at the football they're playing. No, we're giving them opportunities. You know, and they've got players that'll punish you in the final third. That's about it. That's a foul referee, yeah. Gundogan putting a headlock. But that's Pape Sarr, like, showing how much he wants to make sure that this game is won. There's no complacency from this Spurs side at all. The facts are, City need to up their game. If anything, since the third's gone in, we've looked worse. We've looked worse. The body language is shit. Like, they've just... Savinho cutting across the edge of the area, chops it to Gvardiol. Across the face of goal, Nathan Ake's shot is deflected. Could have been on target, could have been 3-1, could have been a sliver, a glimpse of a potential comeback there had that gone in, but we need to score soon for any chance of getting a point out of this game. Ball in, cleared. Ball in again, cleared. Elena's, thanks again for your super chat. I appreciate your support. Really, really good. Broken to Haaland, and he's still got it. Off the bar. Haaland hits the bar. It's just not going our way, is it? Cheers, Elena. Spurs killing us. Imagine what Liverpool will do. I don't want to, mate. I do not want to imagine what Liverpool will do to us. That's it. I'll just leave that on the screen for the rest of the game. I imagine that's going to be the commentary that you're going to need for the rest of the game. And then the other bit that you need to write is Spurs are in. That's it. Just that. Ball in. Cleared. Spurs are in. Goal. Ball in. Cleared. Spurs are in. Fucking jokers. All game. This is the future. Ball in. Gvardiol. Cleared. Jeff Spruant 618. Jeff's done us, mate. No, we can't blame Jeff. Jeff's the fucking the legend in this chat. So if he ever cops it, you're getting blocked. But yeah, I agree, Ryan. Jeff, what are you playing at? 6-1. What the fuck was that, Jeff? Yeah. Fucking hell. That's it. I'll just leave that there as well. Cheers, Clara. De Bruyne stood there with his bib on, getting piss wet through. His subs aren't going to do anything now. It's too late. It's too late. Thanks, AK. Big up to you as well. And I agree, it is a shambles. It's awful. Yeah, I don't know how it's possible, but yeah, they're together. Giving the ball away together. Oh, no. Johnson's coming on as well, so it's going to make things even worse. Johnson's coming on for Spurs, who's been very, very dangerous for them this season. Flicked on by Gvardiol. Ake gets in the way and gets it back to Edison, who clears it. Basuma nods it down to Pedro Porro. Spurs with the opportunity to keep the ball for a minute or two now, looking to knock it around. Smashes it off Foden and clipped out for a throw into Spurs. Do you reckon we'll go to Liverpool and win? Imagine if we did that. I mean, we're going to be 8 points behind them by the time we play them. So we have to. We have to win. And it's Son coming off for Johnson. And I think that's it. We're in bigger trouble now because I think Son has been a shadow of the player that he was when Kane was there. I don't know why he seems to have depended so much on Harry Kane, but since he's left, he's not been the same player. But Johnson, on the other hand, this season in particular, has been on fire. And he's playing now with Kulusevski, who is the #1 chance creator. We've got fucking dicked, haven't we? We've been fucking embarrassed here. It's embarrassing. And it's self-inflicted embarrassment. That's the frustrating thing about it. It's not like Spurs have torn us to pieces. They have when it comes to the scoreline. But, I mean, that's absolutely class from James Maddison there. The ball from Vicario was so dangerous. So dangerous. But Maddison controls the ball, shows Phil Foden and Rico Lewis how to control the ball. And then he was pressed by Bernardo Silva, pressed by Haaland. He kept the ball and he sent Spurs away. We've got the ball back, but it was such good play. That's how you take a ball from the keeper. That's how you control it. James Maddison there, that was brilliant. Gvardiol, Rico. That's what's annoying me about the game. It is the simple stuff. It's your basic pass, 5-10 yard pass, controlling the football. Really shit. Ball in. Gvardiol over the bar. So ugly to watch. It really is. Like, he just slices it about a goal height over the bar. Pep's doing his best. Doing that. Come on. Come on. It's meaningless. Shots in this game. 14 shots. 2 on target. Spurs have had 6. 5 on target. 3 big chances. We've had 1 big chance. So poor. So poor. I think you can forget the title this year. I said it 2 losses ago, to be honest, that I don't think we're going to win the league because you can't play like this. You can't drop this many points and expect to get away with it. You know, we are now hoping that Liverpool lose 3 games. We have to be one of them. We can't even beat them home and away and we'll still be behind them. You know, we've got to pray for miracles now. We've got to hope that Liverpool collapse. And then we've got to maintain near level of perfection as well. We ain't getting near perfection with this. It's nowhere near good enough. Rico just bullied off the ball. Bullied off the ball. Akanji trying his best. Spurs are in. Kulusevski's going to whip this across to Ben Johnson at the back post, or he might take it all the way himself, actually. Yeah, he's going all the way. What a save from Edison. 1-on-1 save. He chopped it back onto his left foot. Edison with a big left arm saves it. Keeps the game at 3-0. Stops it from becoming 4-0. City fans losing their shit behind me. The ones in the ground there behind me all stood up there as Gundogan stopped. Looked for a City player. No one was there, and there was quite a number of City fans that stood up, threw their arms at the pitch. So the home fans are losing faith here. You've got to do something now, Pep. I love you. I want you for the 2 years. Do not let anyone tell me otherwise. I will not allow it. No way should Pep Guardiola be gone from this football club. Not a cat in hell's chance. But he needs to do something drastically to change this, because this is not working. The system isn't working. The players' attitudes aren't working enough. Ball in. Cleared. Gvardiol. Rico Lewis, edge of the area, over the bar. I don't know. You count fans, mate. I count trophies. Who do you support, Kevin? I'm going to guess United. I'm going to guess United. Who do you support, Kevin? I know it. I know a rag when I see a rag. I live with one, so... Ball out to Savinho. Trying to beat Udogie there. Wow, great defending. Wins the free kick. Shocking from Savinho. It was so easy. Udogie was good defending, but he doesn't need to then foul him to give the ball back to them because he was going nowhere, Udogie. He'd stepped in front of Savinho. Yeah, you'd lost the ball. Accept that. You've lost the ball. But then you don't need to foul him, mate. Rodri there looking. He's on the edge of his seat there. Rodri's not happy at all. I mean, can you blame him? Kovacic sat next to him. Savinho, how long are we leaving this without making substitutions, though, is astounding. As much as I've been defending Pep Guardiola, fucking hell, Pep. It's nearly the 70th minute, mate, and you've not made a substitution other than the one at half-time for Nathan Ake for John Stones. You've got De Bruyne and Jack Grealish sat on the bench, and we're 3-0 down, mate. What? Can someone explain to me why you would not make a substitution as soon as the third goes in? Really? Gvardiol thinks it. Haaland over the bar. Yes, just leave that. Another piece of commentary that is being repeated. I'm sounding like a fucking parrot. I think you're right, Daniel, but why is he on the bench then? If he's not ready, and if he's not even ready to play 20 minutes, then you're not ready at all. Do you know what I mean? Is he a player that we're going to bring on for 5 minutes? Then we need to get rid and stick him in the... not in the reserves, but I mean, he shouldn't be on the bench. You know what I mean? If he can only be used for 5 minutes, what a pointless substitution. What a pointless player to have on the bench. I don't get it. You're either fit to do 90 minutes or you're not. Okay, if you're injured, 20 minutes. You're about to hit that 20th minute. Good ball from Edison out to Gvardiol, controls it, gets it into Rico. Yeah, I agree, Jeff. It's not good. You go in. Don't go, mate. Not me. Just don't stop supporting City. I can't. No, I can't be doing that. We can't turn our back on the team. You know, we can still go and win something this year. Go and get a Champions League or an FA Cup. And then next year, we'll come back stronger because there's definitely going to be activity in the summer. Big activity. And the fact that Pep signed 2 years means these players know that, and they will get at least 2 years of tutelage from Pep Guardiola. And that's going to be a massive pulling factor. It's the reason Erling Haaland is wearing a Manchester City shirt right now. Because he could have gone to Real Madrid. He chose Manchester City over Real Madrid. Akanji nearly giving it away there on the edge of the area, but Foden steps in, gets it back to Ake, Walker now. And the reason Haaland chose City is because of Pep. There'll be other players that do the same. Johnson there taking the ball off Bernardo Silva. He's been awful as well, Bernardo Silva. He's done nothing. And when he does have the ball, he's been so slow, so predictable. A very, very bang average midfield performance from everyone in that midfield. Every single one of them. Rico, Foden, Bernardo Silva. That's just nowhere near good enough. Ball in, collected by Vicario. QWERTY, thanks for the super chat, appreciate it. Everyone over the bar. Seriously, our guys are training or what? Probably our guys are still partying in Rodri's Ballon d'Or. Haaland is a clown. Here's De Bruyne, 19 minutes. He's getting 19 Minuten. I mean, you got Jack Grealish there as well. You'd be bringing him on as well, wouldn't you? Referee saying play on. Still in our own half, though. We're going nowhere fast. I don't know what Gundogan's position is at the minute because you've got him right centre-back. Kyle Walker's left-back. Now getting back in position there. But, I mean, I don't even know. It's just failed miserably, this has today. It's just been an absolute flop of a performance from so many of them. Foden shot, and it's a P-roller. It bounced about 4 times before Vicario just comfortably collected it. Ooh, Ali. What's that off again? Is that Batman? That's Batman, isn't it? It is Batman, isn't it? The Dark Knight, if I remember rightly. It's my favourite movie, actually, so I should remember that. But yeah, The Dark Knight, what a movie that is. Anyway, Savinho gives it away. Or rather... Fucking hell, this should have been out way earlier. Way earlier. In fact, it's staying... It's drawn for the rest of the game now. That's it. Jeff's struggling to be positive. Grealish coming on with him. It's about time, to be honest. Fucking hell, Le Milieu. That's very disheartening. Ain't no way we're playing fucking Europa League next season, but you're making me panic a little bit. Rico's off. Savinho's off. Totally agree. I think Grealish should have started the game. I think Savinho, in my preview, I wanted Savinho to start the game, but I want him on the bench a little bit more now. He's proven he's just not there yet. Do you know what I mean? I think he will become a player, though. Don't get me wrong, I'm not writing Savinho off, but I have a massive problem with his career at Manchester City so far. It's arguably getting worse. It's not getting better. So he needs to be pulled out of the firing line, give him a chance to learn a little bit more, play some football in training, get the odd substitution appearance here, and I think next season, maybe towards the end of this season, we start to see the Savinho that we want to see. Here's De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva with a lovely little touch. Cuts it across, and it's cleared. Did someone actually predict that? It's getting ridiculous, isn't it, Blues? It really is. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. And subscribe if you're new. Just looking at that third goal now. The Phil Foden giveaway, but there was opportunities to get the ball back since that mistake from Foden. He rode, I think it was Son who rode a tackle from Kyle Walker and Gundogan together. But yeah, here's De Bruyne. Takes the ball off him, took his time there. Gundogan. Look at that midfield now. You've got Gundogan, De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva. 2 years ago, imagine saying those names. You'd think we've absolutely won this game. This game's finished before it started if those players were in the starting 11. I don't feel like that now. Do you know what I mean? I still don't think we're even going to score in this game. 52 games unbeaten, Blues. 52 games unbeaten in 90 minutes. It's about to go. De Bruyne. Can't beat the first man. Gundogan's offside there, surely. Doesn't matter anyway, he smashes it straight against Vicario. Flag stayed down as well. He would have counted had VAR not intervened. Looked like he was onside as well. That's another opportunity. Another opportunity, and he just smashes it. Toe bungs it. Where was your technique, mate? Why are you just toe bunging it? Ball in from De Bruyne is cleared. Absolutely no danger whatsoever to Vicario with a cross like that. Jeff, I said it in my preview, and you've already highlighted it in the chat as well. Foden with the shot. It's blocked. Akanji, that's a foul. Fuck off, ref. Fucking shit. He could have chopped it back there, Gundogan. He went for the toe bung, which was a very... Bernardo Silva's getting a yellow card. He just absolutely took out Maddison. There was no attempt to win the ball there. And gets himself a yellow card. Clear as day. And he knew it. It was obvious, but... Life doesn't always go your way. And then when it doesn't go your way, that's fine, and you find out who you really are. Some of these players are being exposed, to be honest, because I think some of them on this pitch have shrank in this game. They have vanished. When the third went in, they have absolutely hidden away, praying that a hole in the ground would appear and swallow them. Where the fuck has Phil Foden been in this game since we've gone 3-0 down? Rico as well, didn't show for the ball. Gvardiol's done nothing down that left-hand side. Gundogan, he's kept the ball moving, but nothing creative whatsoever to speak of. Bernardo Silva has disappeared, showing his petulance there by taking out Maddison. I call it petulance because it was petulant, but it was actually needed because Maddison was going away from goal. He was bearing down on our goal. It could have become 4-0 and really humiliating. And to be honest, the way this game's going, I wouldn't be surprised if they do get a fourth. Call me negative, but would you be surprised? That's why I'm saying it. Ask yourself that. Would you actually be surprised if Spurs get a fourth? I don't think you would. Which speaks volumes to how we're playing. Ball in. Haaland's in business. Come on, Haaland. Saved. For fuck's sake. And De Bruyne makes a foul as well. Fuck it out. Vicario having a fucking wank off to the save that he did. He was literally going like that as well. It's all kicking off now. I'm glad it's kicking off, to be honest. At least they care. At least the fact that they're annoyed. You know what I mean? Fair enough. I'd be fucking kicking off on that pitch. Definitely looking for a fight. Why not? I'd be absolutely fuming on that pitch, and it's good to see the players that they actually care. But caring's not enough at this standard, unfortunately. It needs to be a better level of quality. De Bruyne is getting a yellow card here. The rags have infiltrated the chat. Mate, the rags are fucking everywhere. They're like rats. You can't walk 2 yards without walking past the dirty rag. They are fucking everywhere. And where the fuck have they been for the last decade? Do you know what I mean? Sat there, checking the fucking fixture lists to see if City have lost. And then when they realise that they hadn't lost, they crawl back under their rocks. The fact that we're now losing, they're all crawling back out of the rocks. Mate, fucking United fans. Fuck have they got to shout about? Literally, word for word. I didn't even read that, mate. What have the rags got to shout about? Word for word, Mark Harris. Fucking me and you, Mark. Fucking... We know rags. The worst set of fans out there in terms of loyalty and actual fucking know-how. Like, the fucking chest of the rags is... Where have they gone, mate? Walker with a sloppy header, giving it away. And Jack Grealish getting back and intercepting Maddison's ball. Good from Jack Grealish there. Could have given it to Phil Foden, but I don't think he didn't trust him. Jack Grealish trying to orchestrate something here. Sending the ball back to Walker and then sprinting over to the left wing and saying, get forward. But it's like, it's dead. The game's dead. Like, we're not creating chances. And I mean... The ones we're not taking. And surely De Bruyne starts against Liverpool now. Surely. Lovely touch from De Bruyne, that. Chests it, brings it down. Very De Bruyne-esque control, but into a Kanji. Switched to Jackie Boy. Brings it down. Jack Grealish. Knocks it back to Gvardiol. Doing his best to keep it. He's done well there to keep it, Gvardiol, but gone nowhere with it. Ake dinks it out to Bernardo Silva. Ball in. Cleared. Josko thinks about the shot, gets it out to Jack. Takes it off him, Pape Sarr. Philemon, there's no leadership. Appreciate it, mate, but stop spamming the chat, mate. But I agree with what you said, but stop spamming it, mate. Akanji. Corner ball. Akanji's having a dig now from the edge of the box. That's what we've resorted to. Kind of like the... can't remember which game now. Short corner, De Bruyne. Doing everything he can to try and get City back into the game there, De Bruyne. Short corner taken, and he sent Maddison for a hot dog before drilling it against Basuma. Jack Grealish to the byline, beats Kulusevski, dinks it back post, Bernardo Silva, over the bar! Over the bar. Again, over the bar. Hit the fucking target! Fuck's sake. I still maintain this is the season where we celebrate the 115. This is that year. This is the year where we may not win any silverware, but we get to look back at all the silverware that those rival fans want asterisks next to. We'll just rub them out, and we'll re-celebrate them again. Josko's offside, is he? Doesn't matter, because guess where the ball's gone? Over the bar! Fucking useless. Offside, over the bar. I don't know how many chances we've had this game that have just been ugly, ugly finishes. I love Pep. But I wish he would stop sticking spit on the end of his tongue. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking grim. He has this... I've always thought it was a piece of chewing gum that he was just messing about with. You know, on the edge of your tongue. It's spit. It's incredibly white spit. But it's still spit, mate. Pretty disgusting, mate. Stop it. It's a horrible habit. Long ball out to De Bruyne. Beautiful control again from De Bruyne. Tries the cross, but no one was in there. It was hits the first man, which was Basuma anyway. Walker brings it forward. 5 minutes to go. Put us out of our misery, referee. Blow the fucking whistle. Ball over the top. Does Jack Grealish keep it in? He has. But the linesman says no, actually, eventually. Alanis. City, we are not really here. / City over the bar. Good to see Aaron. Also agree. That ball hasn't gone out there either. Looked like the whole ball hadn't, at least. A lot of it had, but the whole ball hadn't. It's... You got to take it as a compliment. The fact that United fans are buzzing about this. Do you know what I mean? Living vicariously through Sporting Lisbon. Because Sporting Lisbon beat City. They think they achieved something. Do you know what I mean? Spurs are now beating us. United have achieved something, apparently. Do you know what I mean? United are fucking embarrassing as a football club. They're a shambolic excuse to represent the city of Manchester. They don't even belong in Manchester, because they aren't even in Manchester. The fucking Stretford Dolphins, mate. That's what they should be called. Manchester United. There's nothing Manchester about you. Get a fucking map out, have a look where you are, and then you'll suddenly realise you ain't in Manchester, you fucking clowns. Foden giving the ball away to Kulusevski. Kulusevski's just bullied him, mate. Just spun him And he's not even sprinting back. Johnson's got to be offside here. Please be offside. He's hit the post. Referee says play on. I think it was given as an offside, actually. But Jesus Christ, Phil Foden. It was a cleared corner. Foden, the ball coming down. Yep, you're the last man. But guess what? Last man in a football scenario, you've got to control it. If you don't control it, you're going to give it away. And he didn't control it. Guess what happened? He gave it away to Kulusevski. And then he spins him like he wasn't even there. Foden's too busy looking at the referee shouting handball rather than actually trying to fucking defend the situation. And then Kulusevski sends Johnson through, who hits the post, but was offside. What are we doing here? It doesn't help, random, but it doesn't surprise me either. It doesn't surprise me. Yeah, the Trafford Rats, the Stretford Dolphins. %. I mean, yeah, the fact that there's a release clause for Zubamendi for me, but I just feel like it might not be the fact that we don't want to sign him. It might be the player just doesn't want to leave. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I don't want to play for Liverpool, having already rejected them, or I don't want to play for Manchester City. He might want to stay in Spain. He might not want to be in England, you know? So if that's his prerogative, that's his prerogative. We have to accept that. And we don't. Sometimes you can't blame the board if the player doesn't want to do that. That's his decision. That's where he wants to be in his life. That's fine. Looking out the window today, I'd rather be in Spain. It's fucking grim in Manchester. A barrage of Spurs substitutions. I think Bergval was one of them. Werner's on. Maddison's off. Udogie's off. They're going to keep a clean sheet against us as well. Spurs are keeping a clean sheet at the Etihad. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can't even do my match reaction tonight either, so I'm gutted about that because, well, I'm not gutted actually. I would have been gutted had we won. I'm not that bothered anymore, to be honest, because I've got to go out tonight. But yeah, not doing a match reaction unfortunately. But I will be doing the player ratings in the morning, so come and tune in for that because there's going to be some players getting a bit of a mouthful off me. 4 minutes of injury time, but I'm not sure I want to start. Ball in! Oh, over the bar. This time by Dragusin, who's trying to score for Manchester City. I mean, if he didn't get a touch on it, Haaland was surely going to score in that situation. Corner taken quickly. And Kevin De Bruyne passes it out for a goal kick. Sums up the day, that, to be honest. Pierce, I hope you're right. It was meant to be the Carabao Cup. Well, it wasn't then. Realistically, Bournemouth was the turning point. Then we kicked the can down the road a little bit, didn't we? And we said, right, okay, let's say Brighton's the turning point. No, that didn't work out either. Pep signed a new contract. There's the turning point. That didn't really work out. Spurs beating Spurs. Akanji's getting booked here. Has he already been booked? No, he's not. Thank fuck for that. No, absolutely not giving up. But as a fan, I think you're entitled to make predictions. My prediction is that we are not going to win the league. That's my prediction. I do not think we can't win the league. And I think we need to talk about 12, 15 points before I say the word can't win the league. But I am saying, and I said it a few weeks ago, that we won't win the league. I said at the start of the season that I had a bad feeling that we won't win it, but it's because of the circumstances of 4 in a row, law of averages, and the facts are that don't forget how close we were to winning the ones we did win. We won by 1 or 2 points. So that small, tiny, tiny margin could quite easily swing the other way. Timo Werner's bursting forward here. It's going to be 4. Surely, yeah, ball in. Johnson, 4-0. There you go. Game over. That's that. And it was Jack Grealish who gave the ball away. The pass was intended for Manuel Akanji, who did that. Got out of the way of the ball. I can see why he did it, because Jack Grealish, for some reason, decided to put air on it, asking Akanji to control it with his chest. But we have just been battered 4-0 by Spurs. 4-0. Conceded 4 against Sporting Lisbon. We've conceded 4 against Spurs. And there is a catastrophic problem in the Manchester City squad right now in terms of the way we're playing, the way we're handling game on game. The overall performance is nowhere near good enough, but the facts are the circumstances, the little moments within games are being so badly managed by the players on the pitch. And then I'm looking at you, Pep, for not bringing on substitutions any earlier. Just needs a little bit of a reset. We need a bit of a reset. Who Spurs got next? Because I guarantee you them bastards will fucking lose. I guarantee you, whoever the fuck Spurs are playing next, they will lose. Fulham at home. We've got Liverpool away. Oh, goody. Can't wait for that. I was so excited for this game as well. I was so up for it. So thought we were going to do it as well, you know, and it's just been this has been the biggest eye-opener of all of them, because this is like, there's no excuses, there's no papering over cracks, there's no way you can sprinkle some positivity on this, because it's 4-0 at home at the Etihad. We have been battered by Spurs. In terms of the actual game, I don't think we were battered in terms of possession, in terms of the way the game flowed. There wasn't a battering of any kind, but the scoreline is a humbling that I did not want to swallow that pill today, but it's been jammed down my throat. Jammed down my throat. Hang in there, Jeff says. Hopefully UCL. I thought I nearly read ACL then, because that's what's on my mind. Is we've got another player out with an ACL. Hopefully UCL, Champions League. Always another game. 100%, Jeff. Thanks for the positivity, but there is no positivity that can be taken from this game. Can someone please give me some positive from this game? Aaron says, look, we need to rejuvenate personally. We can't be greedy. I know we can, but we just haven't performed like we were in the last few games. Yeah, I actually think we played all right in the last few games. Against Sporting Lisbon in the first half, we played good. We played some good football, but this was a 90 minutes of, I would say, 5 minutes. First 5 minutes, we looked good. We looked good. But after that, 85 minutes of nowhere near good enough. In every department, midfield, sloppy, giving the ball away. Weak in the tackle, Safinio with that fucking bottle job against Vicario. That's an indication of what it means to you. You know, it's not enough. It's not enough. Consider this my match reaction, because I'll stick around for a couple more minutes to talk about it, because I've got to shoot off shortly. But who do you look at and go, oh, he did all right? Who? Do you know what I mean? Like, who do you look at and go, where's the positivity? I want to sit and read the chat and find. There you go. Well done, Clara. She's found the positive. Nice one, Clara. That's about it. I agree. That's the positive from this game. It's over. Unbelievable. For certain players, it does. Yeah, Douglas. It certainly feels like an end of an era for certain players. I don't think it's an end of an era for Manchester City. I've got a video planned, by the way, that I'm going to do soon. I won't spoil it too much, but there's more to this football club than Pep Guardiola. That's the clue as to what the video is going to be about. Because as good as Pep is, there are figures in this club that not many people want to talk about. They're not highly involved in the in what the outside world sees, but they are integral to the way this football club is ran. We're losing one of them in Cheeky, so we're going to see what Hugo Viana's going to bring. You know, all those players that he signed for Ruben Amorim to make him look good. Yeah. So we'll see. But those of you in the chat that are rags, which is quite a large number of you, to be fair, I can see. First of all, you sad bastards. Second of all, you better beat Ipswich tomorrow. You better beat Ipswich tomorrow. And I know there's a large portion of Man United fans that when I just said that, their hearts sank because they thought, oh, imagine if we don't. Because the way United are, Ruben Amorim's going to change that club for a little bit. I guarantee United will go on the up again, like they did with Ten Hag. Ten Hag's the man. They'll come back. They'll win some football matches. They'll probably beat us. And then everything's hunky-dory for Manchester United until they lose. And then they'll turn on him and the fan base will be split once again. And it will the merry-go-round of Manchester United will continue. But Kulusevski is I think we should be looking at him. Really, I do. I haven't said that for a while, but I thought it a couple of days ago. That I thought he's a fucking player. Before the preview, if anyone who saw my preview saw me waxing lyrical about Kulusevski and what a player he is. He's such a good player. Last 5 results have just been flashed on the screen for Manchester City. 4-0. Let's go back, actually. 2-1 loss to Spurs. 2-1 loss to Bournemouth. 4-1 loss to Sporting Lisbon. 2-1 loss to Brighton. 4-0 to Spurs at home. The 4 other games were away from home. So you're thinking, right, we're back at our home, back with our people. We're raring to go. Surely that'll change everything now. The facts that those away games were the losses. They were away. Now we're back at home. We're going to turn it around. This is the moment. This was the moment. Following Ballon d'Or from Rodri. Pep signed a new contract. We're back at home. It was laid out perfectly for Manchester City to go and win that game and win it emphatically. The writing was on the wall, but we've pissed all over that writing. The writing was on the wall last season. And it said, no one has ever won 4 Premier League titles in a row. ... Yeah, that's what the writing literally was on the wall. What's on the wall this season? What's it going to be? Vic, thanks for your super chat. Appreciate it. I'm only 20 and don't remember the 90s, so this is the worst performance I've seen in my lifetime. If you're 20 years old, yeah, there's probably not that many. Obviously in the 90s, mate, then, yeah, there's a lot worse than that. Worse than, to be honest, if you're even, yeah, I don't know, fucking 16 years ago. You're 16 years younger than me, so I don't know. Yeah, there's been some bad performances from City. This is up there. This is up there. The thing that frustrated me most about this game was the fact that we actually created quite a number of chances as well. Incredibly wasteful. I mean, I can only really look at Edison, which is stupid to say after the fact that he's picked the ball out of the back of his net 4 times. He's not to blame for any of them, first of all. He's the only player that can come away from this game thinking, well, I tried to do my job at least. You know what I mean? And I certainly didn't do anything to make it worse, like for the team. You know, but pick a player, mate. All of them made massive errors in this game. Every single one of them. Grealish with the pass to Akanji. Why is he putting air on that? You've been on the pitch for 5 minutes. Kevin De Bruyne at the end of the game there with a 1-2 with Bernardo Silva. He just kicks it out for a goal kick. A mistake. You've been on the pitch for 5 minutes, mate. You're giving the ball away. It's a simple pass back to Bernardo Silva. And as someone as Kevin De Bruyne's calibre is giving the ball away. In his 5-minute cameo that was on the pitch. He was actually on the pitch for about 18 minutes, wasn't he? But still, giving away, sloppy. Bernardo Silva, countless errors. Rico Lewis, so many poor touches. Phil Foden, even worse number of touches from Phil Foden. Akanji, I think I blame him for the Grealish thing as well. He should be recognising that that ball is for him, even though Grealish made it incredibly difficult for him to control. Still, there, Stones. I didn't do anything in the first half, but Pep hooks him off. Nathan Ake, I don't think he did anything wrong in the second half. Gvardiol, second goal. Clearly his fault. Clearly his fault. Savinho, awful. Awful performance from Savinho. Gundogan. Need more is the way I would describe his performance. We need a hell of a lot more from Ilkay Gundogan, but I don't think there's any moment that I look at and go, yeah, that was a big moment in the game or a big mistake from... United fans in the chat, have you seen the league table? You're 12th. You're 12th. And you've come here giving it the big uns. You've come here in this chat. The league table's just come up on my screen. You're 12th. You're 12th. You shitbags. Honestly. Pierce, thanks for the super chat. We've been here before. We will rise up. I agree that we will rise up, but not in the Premier League. I think we will turn it round. I think we will gather a momentum. We will get back to some sense of form where we start winning football matches. We're getting to the point now where just get a scrappy 1-0, mate. Who gives a shit? Get a 3 points. We need 3 points. Get a win. Any means necessary now. Any means necessary. And Jammy, thanks for your super chat as well. I'm sorry. I take my word back. Take my words back. They beat us easily. Oh yeah, you said we're going to beat them easily, didn't you? Yeah. Well, fair play for showing up, mate. You know, fair play to you, mate. But honestly, yeah. Danny Mills, Lee Croft, Willow Flood. Those are some blasts from the past, Daniel. But that's more like my mid sort of City fan career, if you could call it a career. Technically, it is a career now. I'm doing YouTube and making money. I say making money. Fucking hell, making money. Anyway, just got a message off the missus that my lad's gone for his second shit. Why do I need to know that? For fuck's sake. What are we going to do, City? I need to go. That's what I need to do. I need to go, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately. I feel a bit fortunate about it, actually. But, yeah, it's good to see so many in the chat that are usual suspects sticking up for City as well, because there is still plenty of logical City fans in that chat I've seen today. So many positive City fans that still believe. I'm bordering on thinking you're a little bit naive at this point now, but I appreciate the support for City. Do you know what I mean? Not me, City, for the fact that you're still behind this side. They deserve our support. Do you know what I mean? Even after today, what they've done over the previous years, they deserve our support, 100%. But they are certainly not immune from criticism. You know, we can't ignore what happened today. We can't. It was piss poor, so poor. It's 4-0. You only need to look at the scoreline. There's nothing to defend. You know? You can't defend that. Really, really poor. Haaland has been awful in this game. You know, and he's just come back from international break where he scored 4 goals in 2 games. You know, it might not be against the greatest opposition in the world, but still, you know, he had chances today to score probably at least 2. At least 2. Probably more, really. By his standards, more. But we keep saying that. I keep saying that. By our standards, we're doing this. But by our standards, that's gone. We're now talking about generic Premier League standards. 5 losses in a row, even though they're not all in the Premier League, still 5 losses in a row is reason to be concerned. You know? What we're going to do in January, again, there's definitely content coming from me for that. What we're going to do in the interim in terms of facing Liverpool, there's unfortunately content coming from me from that as well. I will be doing a watch along, so come and join me for that. Preview for that coming up in the next week, as well as the player ratings tomorrow to discuss this shambles that we witnessed today. But who's to say City won't go to Liverpool and beat them? You never know. You never know. I'd take a draw, though, right now. I would take a draw. It's not good enough. A draw is not good enough. We have to beat them to even have a hope of retaining our 5th Premier League title in a row. We have to beat them. We have to. And even saying I'd take a draw is to avoid losing the game, and so we can stop the rot. And a draw at Anfield is a good result any day of the week, really, because it's Anfield. It's a horrible place to go. You know, we never win there. So a draw would be a good result, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a terrible result because we need to claw back that distance, and we've got 2 opportunities to do it ourselves at the Etihad and at Anfield. And if we don't beat them home and away, not a cat in hell's chance are we winning the Premier League. No way. But, you know, who's to say we won't do it? I believe that they can do it. I'm not going to say what I think will happen, unfortunately, because I've got a funny feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better. And by the time we get to January, the damage has already been done. There's no player in the world that we can sign that can suddenly magically turn around a fucking 12-point gap. You know, there's no one. It's done. If we end up falling, well, it'll be 11 points behind Liverpool if we lose. Presuming if they go and lose to Southampton tomorrow, then, I mean, come on, bottom of the league, Southampton. They've been terribly defensively. Surely Liverpool batter Southampton tomorrow following this result from the boost that they'll have received from City losing. Arsenal have won 3-0. That's what you do when you're in doubt. You know, they had serious doubts, Arsenal. They're in trouble, you know. They were not playing well at all, but they've come back, international break, they've regrouped, and they've battered third in the table, who have got the second best away record in the league. They battered them. I mean, that's convincing. 3-0 against Forest. Start of the season, yeah, you'd expect that. But the way Forest are playing, the way Arsenal had been playing, that was a really big statement performance from Arsenal. You might not like hearing it, but it's the facts. 3-0, big result. Over to you, City. Perfect opportunity. Spurs, they've been awful lately. They've been fucking awful. We have got the boost now of Pep Guardiola that clearly hasn't boosted them whatsoever, which is a shame. Now we've got the opportunity to go and get the 3 points against Spurs and beat them emphatically because they were there for the taking. Because the chances that we created prove that they were there for the taking. We failed miserably today. Miserable performance from Manchester City. Miserable. I'm gutted, mate. Thanks for all the likes, by the way, people, and I really, really do have to go now. Yeah, come and join me for the player ratings. Hope this doesn't spoil your weekend any more than it already probably has. Gutted. Absolutely gutted, you know. And the Liverpool game now is terrifying prospect, but we've got to keep going. We've got to keep going. Surely we can get something this season. Let's see if we can get the luck of the draw in the FA Cup. Maybe coming away with an FA Cup this season and winning the 115 case. I keep reminding myself of that because if we win that this season, this year, this calendar year in particular, if the case is resolved before Christmas, which it was supposed to have been done, but probably not. It's probably going to end up being more like February in truth. But if it gets announced this season that Manchester City have overturned all 115 charges, or we get slapped with some fine for not cooperating or some bullshit like that, that means nothing, means absolutely nothing in terms of the actual accusations that have been thrown towards us, then this season's it will be remembered as that season. That's what it will be remembered as. The year we redefined Premier League football, where we were accused of cheating for nearly 2 years and eventually had our name cleared, and we get to re-celebrate all those trophies that they want to take off us. You know, all those trophies that Mourinho and Klopp think that they're entitled to. Nah, you fucking failed as a football team. Your players weren't good enough compared to our players. You failed. Now you want to get a trophy back for finishing second? Fucking pathetic, mate. It's pathetic. But yeah, this could be the season where we celebrate 115. I mean, that's not enough really in terms of football. It's not enough. Obviously, winning nothing is nothing in terms of football. But winning the 115 case in terms of the club and the way the outside world will look at that, that could be a bigger trophy than any. Are you seeing them now? They're fucking huge, mate. Big, red, and fucking annoyed. Annoyed. They've gone full on red. Right, I've got to go. I said that about 10 minutes ago. Take care, Blues. I nearly apologised to you. I've got nothing to apologise for. It's not me who just lost 4-0, but I feel sorry for you for sitting there and having to endure that. Do you know what I mean? That was a very, very difficult watch. I hope I somehow made it better for you. I probably made it worse. I hope I didn't. I hope I didn't make it worse for you, but I certainly made it better for some rags in the chat anyway. I'm sure they enjoyed it, but enjoy your weekend. Yeah, you too, Tuna. Good to see you, mate. And Daniel, R. Stewart, Zapring, Thomas as well. Good to see you all in the chat as usual. Take care, Blues. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.